I mean, I've been playing Moon since I'm born, and basically, but like, the Astrot is still pressuring me. So it's just in that sense, it's well done. So, and like, okay, the one window strategy is questionable, but like the insta kill strat, it's still like full of anxiety and like forcing you to be careful about the Astro as well. Like the entire map revolves around the Astro and like trades related to the Astro, and you have also decision making depending on whether or not you want to use your kitty in the first move. Don't do that, but like you can use your cuties in let's say you get the Astro close to you. Do you want to actually get close to the Astro to kill him, or depending on whether or not you want to use cuties faster and get your drops faster? Yeah, but trapping him is slower.
Yeah. Wait, why is it slower?
Um,
You have to run back and
Yeah, and basically it's mostly related to the Gersh throwing. Like instead of like back when we didn't play with the Astro, we would the fastest way to play with Gershes would be to throw them in the tunnel 6, which was very unsafe. It was hard as fuck. Actually, like
Which tunnel shit? I don't know
the blue one.
Yeah.
the blue one? The purple one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you would hard it here like next to the M16. And that was hard as fuck if you want to actually play fast and everything, but that's still slower than hoarding up in the room if you have oxygen in the room.
For the win.
Yeah.
I would say, well, like,
I mean, obviously, it depends on whether or not you like this in making maps.
right.
I like. Again, that's depending. And like, I wouldn't say the skill is insane, but the type of skill required is different. Because of the aspect.
Yeah.
Like dealing with anxiety on this, like if you're anxious in life, just don't play movies.
Yeah. And then you have to deal with
Yeah, that as well, but like you also have like things like the number of drops per round to deal with, like shooting with your wave gun to not get more drops than you actually need, which is very unique.
that is.
The Gersh, jumping in Gershes, again, decision making related. And trades again, like whether or not you want to trade the wave gun, decision making based. So like it's completely different. Again, once again, like it's every single map on your like Moon is like very different.
Yeah. David said my favorite decision on Moon is deciding not to play it. Alright. Let's see.
Fair,
what
but you're
Moon
missing the best map of
decides
year one. Put it in S+ tier, please.
It was a bum ass. Alright, I would say pass. Can you take pass? Pass here. I would say S.
I would say, like, I'm not gonna be hypercritical. I would say it deserves A.
I'd say low A tier, low A tier.
Yeah.
No A? What?
Say low head?
Yeah, low.
So like you go low head?
Okay, maybe I didn't use all my 10 pages A about Moon. Okay, so like I'm gonna use a second diss track on everyone in the community which is like Moon. Yeah, I like it.
No,
like,
very
I'm
well.
so scared that you'll have to go back. I'm a pilot also. You'll have to go back and what you said about it. Basically, the argument was that there's a lot of decision making, especially in early rounds. You're making decisions based on like huge messages instead
Oh yeah, also, did I talk about the despawn mechanic on Moon?
Oh, sure, yeah. Utilize that. There's so much. The amount of stuff to utilize.
It's just like the number of mechanics on Moon, of different mechanics. I think Moon has the most out of all the maps.
Wait, so what is our argument against why do people
Very better.
complicated? Very better.
Spurs again.
It can't take turns. Fine. But like, dude,
Yeah, all I have to say is excavator coming a ton
Yeah.
Oh, fish.
Oh, come on! You know why? Okay, I will explain you why it's a good thing.
Oh
Okay,
my
there are
God.
two reasons. If you don't like the
no,
astronaut
we
because
love
it's
it.
full of anxiety, you can block the astronaut thanks
Yeah,
to
but then
the
you have to play
excavator.
slow though. Then you have to play slow.
Yeah, but like, that's a 50-50 decision. But then if you get the excavator, guess what? You have insane mechanics that you can use, which is called despawn mechanic, and you can just look at the zombies and use that mechanic to make it better when you get an excavator.
Yeah, but bro, I mean, you get buried and do nothing and get like 210.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, just the revelations.
Alright,
Why
we're
the
getting, don't
fuck
worry,
did you-
we're getting to BO2. We have two BO2 left. Alright.
I'm joking forever.
No, I know you're being dead serious, man. Don't play with me.
Who likes Barry? 'Cause you can have a 48 round 2.
And Moon is fast as fuck. The potential is insane. We can. It might be the highest round ever possible in like classic zombies, other
Yeah,
than the Opal. So like maybe 255 thrust, maybe something.
Tails and Moman, do you think that's your A? Or do you guys think above Call of the Dead?
Yeah.
That's above.
I'll even
Above?
say above,
Yeah,
and I
for
was just
sure
shitting in the
above.
fuck
Yeah,
out of that
I
map,
would say
bro.
above too.
All of that is fucking sleep.
All of that kind of dog shit.
I'm dead.
But yeah, Moman and Tails, do you think S or A?
Oh my God, I'm fucking-
S, I think. Alright. Let's talk about the best zombies match of all time.
You know it's behind Black Ops 1.
It's just like the most classic thing.
Okay. Okay. Kino has tons and tons of
So
nostalgia,
gay.
not only for me, but for I think a lot of people. But ignoring all the nostalgia, I think it's on the lowest tier of Black Ops 1.
I'm good.
Yeah, I love playing a map where I love playing a map where I can't go into the first room or pack a punch my gun.
Yeah, sick fucking game.
Because people don't like Fire Tower Threat either because it's located where it's just straight boring.
So,
Alright, Jump Strat is alright. To me.
You like it?
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just come down to Kino has 2 metas instant plus. Well, we're talking about Kino's trade strat, but
oh
is
my
it,
God.
like, does Kino trade strat actually have potential to put under
Fuck me.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, like, got me left. French guy type shit.
Did I tell you complete Inspector Ronson?
Oh my God, bro.
We're actually talking about another map. He's gonna call me at like 6 in the morning and be like, oh, I actually thought of this.
Yo, by the way.
Well, actually, wonderful. I have an idea for the next video. Why Moon is the best zombie fight ever played.
I think that would be a nostalgia, more of a nostalgia thing. because well, like
Daily
if you
Moon
do-
Fact on Twitter. Yes.
the actually that's actually genius. Groston House E. Oh, what's up, NCG? Yeah, we'll have to pull that. I mean, at this point, we don't have anything.
Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say the most. I think besides trade, I think isn't really viable for world record. Most skill. I feel like the most skillful thing on, doing regulating your ammo. You can't do trades very well. So war maps being actually self-explanatory. Yeah, like I think the Fortnite
Those are ranked by level.
but doesn't do anything special. Yeah, it's just kind of mid. It's not bad.
That shit's geek here.
Do you think it's better than Beast from Beyond? I would say it's
Yeah, it's probably.
Yeah, of course.
do you think it's better or worse than Raid?
Worse. Worse than Ray Vans based on it. Worse.
Better.
Okay, and I'm gonna put it at
L.
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 Also, you can lock the
Hell.
box in Moon spawn room, by the way.
Fuck up.
So try.
It's farm all over again, man. The boxes and fucking move.
So you don't have to.
F tier, F tier. Every time Turret comes back with an argument, it goes down a tier.
yeah. Every time we mention Moon now, we
Yeah.
punish him. Fred will make a 5-hour video on why Moving is effectively the best map.
Why, bro?
935 things you didn't know about Moon.
Edited by Normal Man. So the video is completely objective. No.
So we did all the bare bones maps first. So we did Eco Farm, EO1 maps, and Western House first. And we determined that the bare bones maps should probably be ranked pretty low, because there's A, not much you can do on them, so not much excitement for morons. I mean, nothing on them. And B, you have to play, because there's nothing on them, like Hurricane did, you have to play so safe that it becomes kind of like either too easy and knocks space, or just like you're wrapped up too much and concentrating on pure like not getting double slash. But yeah, I've never played Ghost in Tsushima, so I can't really. Kamo over here.
I'm here still.
Oh, hey.
I am. Maybe E was a bad spot for it, but it is bare bones.
Up to, like, I don't know, now that we have a little more money, I think it's better or worse. Well, it's hard to compare both of them. There's not a lot of overlap between players.
I'd say at least D, but I don't know over those.
It's surprising how little overlap there is.
I feel like E is a little low now that I think about it for it, but
Yeah, he's a little low, or
I'd say maybe put it in bottom of B for now. I don't know. For now, until more maps come up.
there you go. It's minimum C. Well, then we need to argue if it was better.
I mean,
NCG has the co-op record on Ghost.
I mean,
What are we doing?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah,
I mean,
We're talking about Ghost and
Oh,
fuck that.
not very many.
that shit.
So, get that shit out of here, man.
We still have to talk about the rest of it. Shit in abs. Put it in not sure, never
Put that
mind.
shit in that.
After Moon explanations, I'll explain why the final like is the best map ever made.
It's the worst map ever made.
It's great.
No, the best.
It's great.
Okay, bro.
Okay. Alright, hold on. Last video we're gonna have is Shang. Let's hear it.
Oh
Hey.
fuck, the cancel spawn, that's fucking F.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rank's S for sure.
No, it's horrible because Shang is fun, but the cancel spawn ruins everything.
Yeah, so that's minus 10 on the drawback meter.
Bert's,
Yeah, that
he's slightly
literally is
biased.
the reason of why people don't play it.
Is it only during instas that you cancel the spawn? I guess so, right?
I mean, that's like the... Like, you would be able to play to 163 very easily without cancelling the spawn.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
literally
remember you
came on
saying-
Nestor's clip and like the first thing that happens is the Claymore fail and then he doesn't have... He's a Semtex fail and he doesn't have Semtex. That's like peak B1 gameplay.
Yeah. Picture a random friend in the bottom. Full game breaking.
So, yeah, I mean, you would be able to play to 163 easily without cancelling the spawn. And, but like, it's horrible to think about the fact that there is a faster strat for instas that is just using the Semtex nade launcher that just makes sense to use. Like, it's a wall weapon, explosive weapon, you just kill everything in both rooms. It's fun, it's fast. The problem is cancelling the fucking spawn. And you can't use the strat. And then you have to think about using the strat rig kind of mixed, which is a strat I fucking hate. As an insta-kill strat, it doesn't make sense for me to use like half rig and half Semtex. And
Yeah,
that's kind of risky and it's like very weird and I feel like we're kind of missing something maybe there's potential for instas, but like the fact that you cancel spawns like that, it's just ruining my will to play Shang.
Yeah. We're Shang the first
It came out after Call of the Dead.
Oh yeah, I guess Call of the Dead was
George really carries like
he's like the boss zombie.
yeah.
He's like the boss zombie that
Yeah, but it's slower than Semtex. I mean, Semtex is like... I feel like it's kind of fun to play. It's like decent door setup and everything. I feel like it's very fun. And you also get a longer reset because you remove PPE.
Oh.
So... I don't know, I prefer the Semtex strat, even though I play like the reverse 1015 or like there may be... I don't know, I just like the Semtex layout more than like the power, like PM16 layout.
Yeah, it's a very unique hiring method for us going for it. It's also one of the only remaining BO1 maps where you literally do Civil Wars, which is kind of lost zombies. Like it's very much like art of getting killed. Because
Base over society.
yeah, based on society. Well, I guess the sentiment is that too, but I don't really think Shang is essentially about trash. Yeah, that's
Shang is like, I don't know, it's like that girl that you know has potential, but she just eats McDonald's every day and reads everything.
So stop
That's
saying
wild.
that. Stop
There you
saying
go.
that.
No
There you go, you get cancelled, thanks to me, bye, okay.
Is there
Yo,
a lot of
Brenda.
like decision making on Shang? Not really.
Bro,
right?
Brenda, though.
Brenda,
Following the drop cycle and following, like, killing the monkeys, killing the zombies to the monkey stuff, then trading with block cycle location, and the Konami code thing maybe, but that's about it.
Yeah.
It's like the mid V1 map in terms of thinking and everything. But like spawn canceling.
Yeah. To me, it's better than Video 1
I don't know, like the drawbacks of the canceling spawn makes a lot of players not play Shang. And like the Semtex stretch is like obviously it's kind of a waste. Like you know there's that insane strategy that you know the drawbacks of it and you don't really want to play or like can't play it without thinking about the consequences of like
Bro, still fucking better than fucking shit. Yeah, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah, I would maybe put it. I'm maybe feeling like a B, like a somewhere.
Like
in
just
between.
above
Yeah.
Shino.
Well, like Shino has a lot of potential. People just hate restarting it. I feel like Shang doesn't have that potential. Not because of restarts. Cancel the spawn and have to quit. Kino, you put Kino in C. Not one of the more involved drafts. Pretty simple. It's kind of limiting. If you want to play no numbers. So that's why I think there's that. I'm gonna put Shang. I almost feel like I should put it below Shino.
Bro, Shang in B, bro.
You think it should be in B or should it?
It should be in B.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Alright, we'll set it there for now.
W.
Alright.
Are we done with you?
Yeah, that should be it.
Okay, my work ends here. Don't forget to put Moon in S.
It's already an S!
no, like above everything.
Oh, at the top.
I mean, you're on the fucking moon. We were tired of being on the earth.
You get to blow up the
Yeah, and like you can change the camera and turn in like send rockets.
Hey, there you go.
Okay. We're back in a second. We're gonna get in another channel and debate about moon and thinking more.
Only about food.
Wanna get in the Discord talk in the Discord call and wanna talk about Shang being on Mars? Okay, the Discord call lasts 24 hours.
Yeah, desire. Yeah, we're ranking all the maps. Go to Wonder Stream to see the ranking. The rankings.
We could actually, if you guys want to, the Z chord, which everybody's probably already in, so I don't have to keep inviting people to this one.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna do BO2. Do you guys want to move to the Z Wonder C?
Yo, BO2W.
Let me find
Yeah,
it.
I'm not in, I think.
I think I'm in it.
I can invite whoever's not in it.
But we gotta restart.
There are like 2 people who
Wait,
still
Wonder.
regularly
I
post.
think you have to invite
I
me
need to be
too.
invited, Wonder.
Alright, yeah, let me just put it. I'll just put an invite in the general chat in here.
Sure.
Excuse me. Alright.
Monde ça rompiche.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a new thing. Custom.
Oh, activity status?
Bleeding right now.
Yeah.
I'm in the zone.
Yeah, I like
Wow, you are in the zone.
I like mine.
Some new thing.
Excuse me.
And we
they
wait
get the
for
invite?
everybody to come through.
Steven Ghost, are you in the? Okay. Yeah, that's the four.
Yeah, no, it's just wait.
Okay, cool. Spaceland at B is not right.
Space 90 is not all
We actually did talk about Spaceland.
Yeah. Question: did you guys stop the whole points thing?
Well, the
Yeah,
reason
we
for
stopped.
that-
We stopped doing
Okay.
we just decided to start like talking about it and then start figuring out what to play between.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna, our main thing is like we think we could go pretty far and we could possibly go up the things, but like there's not a lot known about how to play it.
Well, I mean, we have a class, but
Yeah.
yeah, I talking about like schools like we went.
Yeah, basically this is
But in depth.
we put Shang at B. And we put Moon in S. Alright, well, let me explain. We just Shang and Baressa. So we were giving more merit to maps that have more like complexity and decision making and like nuance and stuff, which is mostly trade trap maps like Ascension and Reese, and like really complex maps like Moon. And Shang is like Shang is good, but what brings it down is Kingsland's form. Also, this is only taking into account or like how the map plays. What you say?
I said tag girl void.
Bro. So mean.
Catering to the casuals is known to get patted within some tags. No, the problem with instas on Shang is that you can accidentally doing the fun, skillful insta strat that makes sense. It's really easy to spawn some
Wonder what's your transit speed?
Actually, this I was thinking about I don't think
You
I've ever.
should.
I think my transit is
What?
since 29 from
No way, bro.
What is this thing?
I think it's what? Huh?
Bro, Chiz has a better PVM.
Dude,
know
I
how,
went 29 from the plus only 4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
You know how I have on the title, meowing on mob? All I'm gonna say is I have a pretty standard title for like when I play transit. It would get me down. I think it's kind of funny. I know, it's what I'm saying. I can't use it, but I threw it down the title.
Alright, hold on. I'll be right back.
Stop. Who the fuck is Ray, bro? Who the fuck is this guy?
I'm the best by W.
I just, I love that.
No, that's fucking Lily, bro.
Yeah.
Yo! Canadian, bro.
Dude, imagine being French Canadian.
Imagine
Worst
being
nationalities
gay,
in
bro.
one.
Damn, dude.
Oh my god, bro.
I couldn't do it, man.
States people are a minority in zombies too.
Sovereign.
Yeah, because
Just
all
a
the homes I played is yeah, everybody
Like,
especially Legacy.
Okay.
How gay your server was.
where you gay, bro?
So,
Huh?
Wait,
What?
you're gay?
You're gay.
You're gay.
You are gay.
Word is definitely
You are gay.
What?
You are gay.
Have you seen the full interview for that? You are gay. Yeah, it's incredible. Some guy walks in with like a bag of vegetables and just like starts eating them. No context. They're like
Giga chat.
yeah,
Honestly.
okay, here's my point. I'd say we do BO2 and World War II since Connie's still here.
I'm here.
Okay.
Not much of a talker.
BO2 we'll do World War II.
Due to
And I
W or
might
to L.
call it 'cause I want to like be here for BO3 and 4
Okay.
and spend like Cold War. Cold War I should probably ask
Yeah, get fucking Pika.
Oh yeah, okay.
So we're not doing what? Vanguard and Ghost, right?
Yeah, we're not gonna do Vanguard.
Okay.
we do MW3.
Oh, gay.
And or Outbreak.
That was a survival mode. Damn it.
No, bro. Get that out of here.
I mean, at this rate, we should do custom zombies.
Ranking every custom zombie.
Yeah. That'd be longer than my sprint.
Water park at S, but also at side.
I think, yeah, I don't know.
What?
But if he needs to fucking fix it though too.
How do we feel about that?
Fire. S tier.
Yeah, fire, literally.
Yeah, fire.
We have to make it seriously. We can't derail it.
Do it.
No, bro. What?
Wonder is just walking away.
Obviously, we like
No.
Please do it.
Like,
it's gonna be about people.
Why?
Yeah, it's gonna be about. I think town is very.
Dude, no joke strap makes it interesting.
It really does.
Like that 4, I would say probably the C or D tier. Now I'd probably say it's like at least a D.
Yeah, beats. Yeah, beats.
It does. It has.
Yeah, I mean, I put it
Doesn't really
in.
have. Doesn't really have new. Well,
Oh, that is cool. That
Bro,
is
that's a fucking
Yeah.
fun map though, bro.
yeah. It's just kind of. It's intense. It's a surround record.
Yeah.
You don't like the lava. What do you guys think of lava? Is lava a
Yo, that is garbage.
so gay, man. No.
Okay, we don't like the lava. It's gonna be too easy with That's
I think down like deserve a B because of the fucking lava, bro.
fire.
The lava have been fire for it.
Fixer told me that he used to play games
Yeah, fix to his version, bro. Though.
where he would just.
He actually used to play games.
I mean, yeah. Fixu played thousands of hours of tech. This guy was a town manager. He would play like weekend games to set up every one town where he would just try. His only goal was to not touch the
That's so base, though.
That's so
I mean, he gets no bitches, but like, it's base, kind of.
I mean, you gotta have something to do
You
while
don't
you're
have to
hiding.
look at things. You don't have to know that freaking. Okay, all you have to do is just look at him and know.
Oh my god, bro.
you said Town is worse than Rave, bro. You're cringe.
Town is better than Rave.
Bro.
Yeah, but it's fucking BO2 fucking movement, bro.
Okay. Really?
Oh my god. We have the one IW player in the whole world in the call.
So
I'm
many,
gonna put
bro.
it. I'm gonna put it in
Fucking me, bro. What the
We'll put it in below.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Oh my god. What round do you on? What round?
Just like 8.
Are we done by
I thought you were about to say you've been doing this while high rounding the whole time. Oh my god.
Are we done by like community
No, we're going by our by.
I think.
Yeah. I'm trying.
Oh, okay. Because if it's like community, I think as a whole it would be ranked above.
Yeah. So let's see, Bro.
Well,
What is Matt by Chino? I can't read it.
Shane.
Okay. Yeah, that should be F. actually.
Oh god. Oh god.
This community sentiment of the high round stat only.
Kino under
Chino's
town.
kind of mid.
Kino is pretty good.
I don't know. Whenever I play Kino, I think
Rather pick Kino and down. I'm not gonna lie.
Alright,
F.
Almost would have been better if we just did all the work because it's so broken.
bro, if we're talking like potential, like that map could go somewhere better.
yeah, Nuketown.
I mean, without fast ray, you're kind of fucked.
You come on snap feeling like a fucking C, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is the no, it is the worst survival map.
No.
Worst
Bro,
ever.
farm SD go
But
fuck,
we
bro.
put farm in F. Yeah, I would
I feel like fucking
In
monsters
that
is
case,
on the
make a new tier for new town because worst survival.
Okay. Better or worse than
Worse.
Better
What?
or worse
A new town
Better.
worse.
Better? What the
than worse
fuck?
than beans.
What? Fucking help me,
Okay,
bro.
let me
Oh
just get into this. Spawn control suck, insta-kill suck. What else sucks?
Map does
Everything
look
sucks.
pretty good.
200 hours or whatever, 180 hours. Suck.
Oh my god, I'm.
It's just an inferior town.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
It's
still
still,
decent.
I'm not saying it's bad. Yeah, it is.
It's
And
decent.
you can't even have perfect
Oh,
draw.
issues.
That immediately makes it the worst one if you don't even have perfect draw.
Oh my god.
Issues, if you want to join the
Survival map without insta-kill every round.
Bro. Man, I gotta start beef with this dude when we get to the real.
Stop.
Okay. We said worse than beans, right?
Worst is the-
Better, worse.
Issues. Let's just listen to issues here. Issues is here with this.
Nuketown is the worst.
Yeah, it's worse than Kino.
The
bro.
worst survival map?
No, what the fuck? Where's farm,
Yeah.
bro? Where's
How is
people?
farm work? It's like okay.
Oh,
is that,
who the
okay,
fuck
no, no,
said
no, no,
Beast is fucking better than Nuketown? Who the hell said this shit? Yo, it's
Alright,
Really, bro?
that is wild. Oh,
Guys,
that is wild.
I
What
saw
the
it,
fuck?
bro.
I will give you the definitive. I'll give you the.
What do you say? Oh no, Lily's L8. Lily's L8. What the fuck are you saying?
I will give you the definitive scale of the survival map. Town is the best,
Right now.
and then it's farm,
Keep cooking. Keep cooking. Fine.
and then it's eco,
Wait. Hold on.
and then it's new.
Let her argue for farm
Fuck is good, bro. Fuck is garbage.
Dude, the insta-kill is slap, okay? The insta-kill and farm.
Yeah, bro, that's the only fucking great thing.
But that instantly, but that instantly makes it better than nuke, man. That instantly makes, and like the box hitting stuff kind of cool.
Oh yeah, I get the jump and hit the box from above. It was like get the jump and hit the box from above. It's so weird.
We were saying that we did talk about farm spawn, but we were saying because you don't really use it.
It doesn't matter how little the things that are good on the map are. If there's any, it's better than nuke.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Nuketown is better than farm,
But we're still saying it's better than beast.
Nuketown is better.
Nuke is better than Beast.
Way better, bro.
Beast
Well,
is
yeah,
so
your farm and depot rankings are now. Like, they should at least be above.
I mean, farm should be way
Yeah.
up there, but
Depot's garbage.
Depot's garbage.
Depot's cringe.
That is fucking garbage.
Depot's ass.
That is fucking horrible.
I could change this.
Honestly, farm deserve like, deserve like at least a C, I think.
Who rounds the shower?
No.
Yeah, they have
Bro, what do you mean? Put that shit in F, bro.
That map is way too complex. This shit is
The
wild.
reason we put Shaolin
But the fucking ninja own skin so my fucking ass.
Okay, Lily, comparing Shaolin to fucking Raid. Compare Shaolin to Raid. Compare Shaolin to Raid. You'll see the difference.
Well, yeah, that's why it's way below.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair ranking.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Alright, let's
F.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That shit F, bro.
No, put it.
I think Transit has a lot of
Honestly, bro, that shit in
Put
like.
it in D, you're C.
Mid D, OD.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, blasters?
I get stuck on
Wait.
He said F automatically.
Okay. Let's go around the room. Everybody say one reason why they hate it. A single reason.
Start. Tiger,
That
blast.
was gay.
Jet gun.
I heard it's gay. Jet gun. What about the jet gun?
That you have to use gobble knuckles. That you literally have to use the gobble knuckles.
Get the jet is fun to use, to be honest.
So like the concept of the jet gun.
Yeah, I did.
Jet is fun. It's fun to use.
It's a fun weapon, but the fact that you have to keep punching and shit just to make sure it doesn't overheat is wild.
Pull off our
I still am not even good at this shit. I cannot get this shit.
Okay. Anybody else have a reason?
Restarting on transit is cringe.
Restarting like last restart?
Start on transit, bro.
What are you restarting for? on Transit?
2. No, like if you're going for a good time and you're resetting for Mark 2, it's so ass.
About the most.
A good time on
All you need is most of the salaries at
That's a good point. It's a good point.
M16, that's so
Using the jet gun well is pretty solid. Like there's
I'll agree on that. I'll agree on that.
a solid amount of skill that goes
Using the jet gun is more fun than using any other one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Where'd everyone go? Oh, we went to the Z100. Are you in that?
Simple transit and fucking like.
Yeah, I say mid D.
Put it on the D.
Okay, hold on. Before we go on a tirade about what the word race.
Oh my god, it's
I'm
old.
sorry, you are not ranking Transit with the World at War map.
The only thing is gonna stay good on transit.
Are you freaking in the World of War?
Yeah, but did you see the strat he played? Like, of course he's gonna do it.
That's so true. Play dumb.
Matt that nearly killed the game. Your category. Okay, Transit also has a lot of people. Transit probably, the problem with Transit is that it's so, like,
Bro, put that shit in like mid-B,
but it's also
mid-B,
because
bro.
people don't fully understand it.
Yeah, that I think that's what makes the map interesting. Is things like stuff about the map which
Yeah, exactly.
so much
So,
value.
like, one of the things I was ranking these on,
You should sing maybe.
as the worst.
That's the worst. Yo, that's so fucking true, though.
Dude, Transit
the worst
better than
error,
Newtown.
bro.
Come on.
It really has a error, bro.
I would say that.
I mean, I'd rather play Transit than Nuke. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, same. Transit better than you.
Things I was ranking these on are strategy, complexity, skillfulness, drawbacks,
Honestly, wonder.
how fun they are to play.
I mean, it takes skill to use the weapon, but it's not a ability.
Yeah. I agree.
You said it's better than Newtown or worse?
Better.
But it's worse than, is it worse than Town?
Yes,
Yeah, it's worse,
Is
yeah.
it worse than BO1?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'd put
I don't.
Oh, shot, bro.
Is that a pen or a base?
It's a pen.
Bro, I was gonna say something about that earlier. I thought you were dueling, like, I thought bro was hitting the za on stream.
Like you keep bringing it to your mouth like you're about to war on for that.
Bro, I had a wax finish.
Hitting the za on stream.
Actually, it's just another
Yo, what's next? What's next, Wonder? Buried ass. Yeah.
Okay, next is actually Die Rise, but I'm putting Transit between Newtown and
So
I
in
got
B,
back for the best map, bro.
in C? Or D?
I honestly,
This
guys, I'm gonna trigger everything.
I don't even like that. That's what you guys.
Look on the clip, Wonder. It will explain why Die Rise is good, bro.
Ours is C. Ours is C or D, bro.
Guys, I need to say something.
Watch this, bro. This is why Die Rise is good.
Good.
Transit has to be ranked by
This is why Die Rise is fucking good,
I
bro.
agree. I agree.
because Die Rise has like very little potential. It's kind of a dead map.
It's the best map.
so far I
That is wild.
What is that gameplay?
Bro, this is from like 3 years ago.
How do you even die from that? How do you even die from that?
Bro, and then it spawns down.
That's a that has to be a death barrier or something.
Well, you game is dog you, bro. What the fuck? Such a dog you game, bro.
You had Jug.
Yo, Wonder, go on the Vanos
That's
channel
true. I
and
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Wonder, go on the Vanos Twitch and look at his fucking Dara still going up the map.
No.
Transit at the same category.
True. That's true, bro. That's too true.
Die Rise has to be like below Transit.
Below? Yeah, I agree.
Die
Below.
Rise is below Transit?
Yeah.
Die Rise is A.
I don't know about
This is
that.
A.
Bro, fire, man. Fire.
Wonder, look at this clip, bro.
I mean,
Bro, Dara is super bit, bro.
Alright, we might need to go to
Vanos, look at this
there's
stream.
not much interesting things about the map.
this fucking guy. This fucking guy.
Is it just Vano trip?
What happened in this?
I was drunk. I'm good, I was, bro.
This is actually the most Vano clip How to describe Vano and from tragic events.
Okay, here's the thing. Die Rise has one of the hardest shows.
I wouldn't. Okay, I haven't played it a ton. What I have played it.
I mean, not the artist, bro. It's like,
I don't think it's one of the hardest.
I still
It's
think
the hardest in
Doom
BO2.
is harder than
What's harder?
Like,
Buried
Oh
trample.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
very
like-
harder, right? I
That
think
shit
that's
is
Dyrus.
What I'll say about
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Gyri
yeah.
strat is I haven't really played the map properly, but I strat tested it and I think it shot up pretty damn quickly. Like,
Yeah, so it
quicker
was
than
harder,
strats
though.
from other maps.
It's still fucking garbage.
Oh yeah, Dyrus is hard.
It takes fucking forever.
You're gonna lose your vitality.
Blaster,
Buried
how
best
would
map.
you rank?
It's a good map. Fuck yeah, it's a good map. Holy shit,
I genuinely hate Gyri.
I do not like that map.
Alright, do you wanna know where it ranks for me?
okay.
Do you wanna know where Gyri
Of course,
ranks for me?
Blaster, as you say, it's easy when you get back.
Where's that one on?
Of course.
Yo,
Fucking
Wonder,
bitch.
do you wanna know where I'd put the map? I don't have it installed. It's the only map I don't have downloaded. Like, when I was downloading the DLCs, Gyri was the only map where I just went, okay, I can't even try to download it.
You don't have that is wild.
Okay, Key, why don't
Because Dara is gonna be lower than you
I don't know. Dara just seems way too complex for what it is. I don't see a point.
No,
you're
it's
terrible at
green.
sound?
You stand in an elevator and run around in circles. What do you mean?
Okay, if you said Dyrus was lower than you can
I wish Burrit was here, so I wish Burrit was here so I could tell him that Dyrus
Fuck
was
for it, bro. You don't even play fucking YouTuber. What do
I
you
would,
mean?
I would know so I could tell him Dyrus is just a million but better, bro.
Moon, what do you mean?
Dyrus is a million but better, bro.
Wait, how? Literally how explain
Because
that?
there's
No,
it's
Tails, you
glitchy,
are the only one
it's
struggling.
cheap,
I am
but he-
too. That's the
Bro, on Moon, if you hack it, bro.
That's crazy.
Okay,
I'd rather
let's
play
go.
Origins. I'd rather play Origins. Fuck you,
That's a
bro.
true story.
Okay.
Cool story, bro.
Better or worse than
Better.
No,
Come on, bro, you're telling me if you were gonna
Dara
load
is
up a map
better than
right
Calm,
now,
man. Fuck
between
off.
Town and Dara, you would
Well,
load up.
it comes down. Okay, and this is. It comes down to personal taste.
That summarizes everything, and you can objectively do this.
Well, yeah, I can. It's like inherently this is an impossible experience to make, but I'm trying to get to
he's trying to be
The entire idea sucks.
No, it's not. It doesn't suck. Like, obviously, everybody's
Transit best.
We exile those people. Dude, this is why democracy is cringe. Just let me rent it.
Mob is next.
I'm barely kidding on how we
Bro, Rick gets made
Bro, nobody likes World of War.
Honestly, it's like when people
garbage. Garbage game.
I'm gonna put Dyrite.
That's why corrupts
this
this
is like
version
like when
game.
people talk about countries, like, you know, democracy is cringe. You guys have to
Mob.
Oh, mob.
Mob.
Mob time.
S.
I think mob is the only map where everyone who plays it could agree it's a bad map.
Mob is good, bro.
Put that shit in fucking ass, bro. What do you mean?
I'm back. What
Put
happened?
it in
What
that.
happened?
Bro.
What happened?
Bro, the entity plummeted its rank. I don't
Bro, fuck the entities, bro.
Okay, here's the thing. Mob could be really good, but OnlyFans
What
doesn't
do
work.
you mean? Could be. It is good.
hang on, what? Hang on.
I'm saying it could be really good.
Oh, I
That's
agree.
too
I'm saying the way this map could go, if it turns out it's just like carried into error, could be fucking like you could play like the fan trap while spanning the cat, and you play that to
Oh,
like
that's right.
130, 140, and then like
Bro,
just rock cherry
that's not
and do
mud
kill.
issues, that's a fucking build issues, bro.
Yeah, if you could do that and then just rock cherry and make the map harder, but you don't do it, that would
I play no perks, bro.
Yeah, just
Yo,
no
that-
perks. Just no perks.
and it's like, if you ask me like 2 weeks ago at rank, I'd say it's
That
like,
shit in
it's like,
fucking ass, bro, and fucking move on, bro. You mean? It's not, bro, it's ass. It's fucking ass.
if I had to rank this map, okay, I've been in the same game since 2 weeks actually. If you were to ask me where to rank this map like, 3 days ago, then I would say like very low because it just seemed like there was no potential left on the map. But judging by like just a couple things I've done differently and I've gained like a lot of time, like there's actually even quite a bit more potential in this map. Like
That
this,
shit's worse
like,
than farm.
Like, put it this way, I played the fan trap to 100, I have minus the setup down to 38 down, 39 down,
Where the fuck is
and
Stealth?
this is like a 238 code game, like, that's continue with the rate switch and game time, so honestly, like a 239, 240,
Yeah, that's not good.
like,
I think what holds Mob back from being a great map is the sheer monotony and the fact that it's limiting and you can't do the really good strats.
Bro, this
I agree.
is kind of fucking good. It's kind of fucking good anyway, bro.
I'd say it has to be like, I can't say it's the, like, I don't play
Bro,
like,
it has to be
PvP
like
map
the best
or like
strategy
instant
too, bro.
stuff, but
It's definitely not the best map.
yeah,
What's better, bro? Origin.
Mob it was A or B without lights.
Bro, Origin's play strat?
Specifically,
put it this way, if you guys don't put it above
Don't survive that
Rise, I'm going to like,
I would definitely.
Watch the ass, bro!
I'm thinking high B.
can you ban this person in your chat? Blood is way more fun than Mob.
Who the fuck said that, bro?
That one is a moderator.
Bro, that's criminal. It's way more fun than that, bro. That's fucking. Better.
Worse. Worse.
Alright, let's go one by one here. Alright.
Bro, put that shit in ass already, man. It's mama to tell me.
Bro, we need some mob like, leverage.
It's fucking dead, man. What do you mean, bro? It's not like below fucking like okay at least.
But now,
Every mob of the player looks like this.
We need stealth and we need
Stealth would say it's shit, bro. Stealth would say it's shit. You would put it under Die Rise, bro. You'd be with me. You'd put it under Rave too.
put it this way, right? Put it this way, now,
Wonder.
notice how,
Put that shit in ass.
notice how it's
Really not sure. Somewhere either right behind
What?
5
Block me, bro, in that fucking ass.
I mean, notice how as soon as Barry got killed, everyone formed him off. It's because everyone like him off.
Here we go, rank. Huh? Wonder!
I'm not putting it in.
Honestly,
I say mid to low.
Right, I'm gonna put mob in A. Between 5 and 7.
honestly, if you were to ban single from a mob, it would be a real.
What?
Yeah, it's terrible. It's a bad RNG. It's stupid.
Like all the fucking
It makes faster times like easier. It's like less skill based getting best RNG. Like you need a good drop RNG to get a good 100 time. Like
I can't wait to year 3. I'm gonna be on my gaming time, bro.
I think things that add RNG make maps better.
I'll agree with those.
You need good drop RNG to get a good 100 time.
Ascension.
Okay.
This is all wonder. Go ahead. Let's see here. Let's see here.
You can play it while drunk. You get the world record while drunk.
Bro,
W,
don't ask
W,
any
W,
fucking
that's S,
question.
that's
Put
S.
that shit in S, bro.
That's S.
S.
Okay, so.
Buried used to be a year ago. Buried was a good map. It was
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Now it's dead.
Yes.
Now it's terrible.
S,
Well,
S.
okay.
Yeah. What's next? Origins?
Hold on. Slow down there.
Huh? What? My heart's breaking right now. What is this?
I think Buried has gotten way better.
Put that shit in S, bro.
Are you saying, okay, I want you to think about all the maps in S and then think about how in all of those maps you have to move around the entire map and that's what's S. And then I want you to think about Buried and how you stand it.
In the same spot, in the same fucking spot.
But it's not the strategy.
To move around their mouth, bro. That's
I
fucking
think
hell.
Buried has gotten a lot towards
Bro, even if we expand from that to S.
Buried better or worse than mob?
Better than Mob.
I would say better.
What the hell is going on? What?
S.
No.
Wonder.
No.
Don't you dare.
Bro, it's a map. We are literally talking about a map with zero
Don't you
potential.
fucking dare.
Okay, it has.
They're not
That's
wrong.
an M.
You do stand in the same spot. Yeah. So
Let me talk about the potential.
love Coco. So
The potential is like on a pause right now because we're not sure what's gonna happen. We don't know.
I know what's gonna happen with it. I know what's gonna happen with it. The
We don't know
record
if
is
it's gonna
going to be
die or
255.
Fastest 255 is record. It's basically good.
Which means I'm gonna get a 99
Wonder.
But he does kind of like go through.
Trample made the map better, and it was like the map was interesting. It was like figuring out stuff with the arrow, but now it's just lost that.
That is a fair argument because a lot of people
Wonder.
don't want to play it anymore.
It's not the worst, okay? It's not the worst. But
Shit
it's not.
behind.
It's gotta
So
be.
what?
at
What would
least
you consider low B, high C?
low?
I love
It's better than
IC.
Nuketown. I wouldn't say
I
it's better
can
than Transit
fucking
anymore.
moon, bro. Please.
No,
put it-
Buried's better than Nuke. I'm not gonna lie. That's
Buried's
put it
bad,
between
I
moon,
think the
bro.
only
Transit and
thing-
Nuketown.
Please.
Buried's better than
You guys
Buried's
are
better than
standard.
moon, bro. What do you mean? Yeah.
Buried's not better than Moon. I don't think that.
Can we put it above Moon just so we can invite Burrit back and get him to read us an essay?
Okay.
autobiography. Autobiography of Moon.
An objective comparison between Moon and Berry.
I would say Buried's like mid to high C.
Buried's in bro. Beyond moon, like if you want, but it's still in fucking ass, bro.
After Rachel so I can explain that how I feel with it. You might just have to go back in the pod and listen to it.
Wait, actually, I'm not gonna lie, Moon, as much as I haven't played the map,
Moon is
it is so interesting. Like,
It is. It's incredibly
Buried's better.
Like I
feeling. It's probably the highest of all.
wild.
I think Moon should have genuinely be number one.
Yeah, I think Buried's better than number one.
I don't think Buried should take number one. I ain't gonna lie. You're breaking the board. They're breaking the boards of moon.
Wait, what are you
It's
playing
all
there?
about the moon.
What you playing in Wonder?
Okay. I'm gonna put Barry. I'm trying to decide. It's either gonna go right
Excuse
behind
me?
Mob or
I'm gonna fucking
Nah.
cry, bro.
He's gonna.
Okay. Look, if buried is an A tier, I am.
If Buried is
Very high B. I'll give very high B. I'll give
in
very
the ass,
I
bro.
would give it high C.
high C. Really? I thought it was B.
C is so good, man.
Again, go back a year, I'd put it in
I consider Barry. The
But
world record
now-
holder has spoken.
Let's go! Let's go!
Okay.
L. Better.
Better. Let's go!
I feel like I've won, okay? I feel like I've won.
I already knew this was going to happen.
I don't play it, I played it once.
I love Origins. Oh my god.
Getting stripped on Origins is so fun.
The only pain in the ass thing about Origins is Mark 2. Other than that, I love that movie.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dude, dumbasses.
Origins A. Origins A.
Origins A,
The thing
yeah.
about Origins is very heavily reliant on RNG, but there's also a lot of skill that goes into it with
Hell
the
yeah.
decision making of how you get your
Put that
mana.
shit in A, bro.
A, definitely.
Very strategies that for people
Bro, Bird was ass, but he fucked up.
He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. No.
What?
No. I don't. I love Origins. I love Origins, but I can't dick ride Origins like that. I can't dick ride Origins to say it's better than Moon. I love Origins.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Bro, fuck off.
I love Origins. Don't even say that to me. You know that is great fun. But I can't dick ride it. I can't. Moon is just it's Moon. What do you mean?
Bro.
That one shattered my heart a little bit.
Can we
though,
move
I ain't gonna
Moon
lie.
to number 1 actually?
Yeah, we just gotta move Moon.
We want
to
Moon
number one
to
at this
number
point.
Loud, bro.
Alright,
God, Fur's gonna
the
come.
movement has spoken. Moon is being moved to
We gotta put
Dude,
Origins
can
up
you-
there though.
can
Origins
you
has
go
to
in
be an S.
pause?
It's Origins.
It is. I put it at the
Let's
bottom.
go.
Let's
Let's
Okay,
go.
really?
Let's
S?
go.
Really?
No.
Wait. I'm just looking
Wonders
at these
fired.
rankings. I'm just looking at these rankings. Why on earth is Call of the Dead there?
Fur was in the car.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that one. I'm just saying
It's been ruined. Went from a B tier to an F tier.
The map is fun as fuck. That map is fun as fuck. Dude, I remember like I played a couple matches of that and it was like 40 to 50.
I need to get
I can't even do that. I can't help you remember.
Oh my god, you put them all in.
Wait, why don't you get Reggie for BO4?
That's what I said, bro. I said we need Reggie.
Bro.
I think he's working. Pretty.
If
Bro,
any BO4
one-
map ends up in the same tier as a BO1 or BO2 map,
Wonder,
it's gonna be a riot.
wonder, why the fuck is Buried on B, bro? Why? Put that shit in the ass.
I love They don't say it's hurting you inside. Yeah,
Every time you say something, bro, they get shit.
every time first mention
Yeah, bro, what the fuck?
fucking killing him inside. You can stab
Bro, it was your map, man. How the fuck you ranked this shit on B, bro? What the fuck?
Hey, I can see
Yeah, take your ass is better, yeah.
Origins is at the top. I'm happy.
Wait, where's Origins? Okay, it's an S.
Yes, it's S, definitely.
Bro, I don't see it in the S, bro. What the fuck?
This might be like the only time a tier list actually makes everyone angry. Like, there's not one person
There's
that's
no
gonna
way
be
to make
angry.
anybody happy. There's gonna be that one dumbass that says Varrock should be S. There's no
This is the only way to form an opinion that 0 people on Earth.
No one's gonna read it. No one's gonna read it.
No, I'm making a video on this. That's how I'm doing it.
Oh.
Do y'all agree Perry should be like above fucking B, bro?
No.
I wanna give Burry low A.
Bro, B! It's fucking ass! It's like fucking Buzz Depot, bro. B for Buzz Depot.
No, your thoughts are no longer coherent. That is how
That's
angry
what I'm
you are.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Like, your coherency level has fallen.
I think
Like,
he's
what is going on?
He's foaming at the mouth
Bro,
for
Buzz
babies
is
and shit.
next to Gino Duma, fam.
These is like
fuck you
basically,
What you talking about next to Shino Numa, bro?
oh, you're right, yeah, I kicked that lower down, you're right, sorry.
Just
Bro, what the fuck is that?
Bannock, you haven't actually made a single argument for the match.
yeah, that's what I'm.
Bro, it's fucking shit Iron Man, but bro, it's next to fucking shit.
Okay, Bannock, can you form a coherent point as to why it should be ranked higher?
Oh my god, they literally just added
Yeah, what the fuck?
How is that?
It's
What the fuck is that, bro?
it's a weird game.
I don't care then.
like
Bro, that's not even Call of Duty. That's a whole different game.
Bro, it is literally the same game.
I mean, that's weird.
It's actually the same game. That shit's like playing Infinite Warfare Zombies Part 2. World War II Zombies Part 2.
There's non-zombies on WWR, guys. Like,
We're hitting a new low. We're hitting a new low. We're hitting a new low.
And hopefully it rings back and everything will be okay.
Bro, oh my god, dog. We need some yoo-hoos, bro.
Bro, what the fuck 5? What the fuck 5 is above bro?
He's gonna cry. He's mentally
It's gonna like
Can we actually listen to Venom argue very Can you say a reason it should
Can
be
you
ranked
fucking
higher?
stick my fucking dick, bruh?
Yes.
Oh, you?
Oh my god.
I think we're gonna take a pause from the tier list.
That's
here.
not like
Yeah, you
I
think
also
it,
wanted-
you take a
I
boss,
wanted Jeff to be here for tier 3.
yeah, I think a boss to make buried S tier, bro. Yeah.
On God, Keg is in your chat, bro.
Jake's here?
Is he?
He was when I checked earlier.
If Fano speaks about Buried one more time, can we drop Buried tier?
No,
Buried.
that is wild.
Buried
Everybody
S.
Make it F on purpose. Make it F on purpose. Make it F on purpose. I gotta see his reaction. I gotta see his reaction.
It's going to not sure.
Let's go! Let's go! Ooh, I gotta see Daniel's reaction to this. Oh my god.
Still putting people.
Oh, I think
Or just screenshot it and go back to it.
After you put buried in that.
Okay, drop it. That's it. Drop it.
it's going down. It's going down.
What are your reasons for it to be S? What are your reasons for it to be S? What are your reasons? Give me a reason. Give me one reason.
Give us one argument. Give us one thing you think is buried.
Everyone's love buried.
So you don't care that your junk for almost 200 fucking hours? Is that what you're telling me?
I resent in silence, please.
Bro, I'm gonna go mentally fucking insane if I play that.
Even in Vano's state, he is still like the most he's still the most coherent French Canadian.
Buried is a mental asylum. Buried is literally you just playing a mental asylum game. What were you doing?
Zombies, like
I mean, yeah.
that's not a valid point.
That's fair.
I like how people keep doing times command in my chat, and that's always the only one I have written down is the 50.
Bro, confidence is above buried, bro. All the fucking confidence buried, bro. Oh, explain it to me, bro. Explain.
He's gonna murder him.
You guys were You can't respond to the question with a question.
It's flying, bro.
You answer a question before you get to answer.
He's hurting inside.
Bro, it's all DC versus Venom. Kinda gay. Kinda gay.
What the fuck is your laugh, bro?
Wow, why are you gonna hold me? That's when your background is lower than orange juice. What are you gonna do?
What is your
I'm trying.
bro?
Yeah.
Let's go. We're playing BO3.
What the fuck is your voice, bro?
What do you want me to do? I'm
Bro,
getting
shut
cold.
the fuck up with that voice, bro.
I'm crying, man.
They're just so jumpy.
I'm getting abused over Burry.
Bro, you fuck by Burry, man. That's fucking embarrassing, man.
It's okay, last time I made a zombie skill list, I put Origins at the bottom left here, so.
What? Damn.
Oh my.
Burry, bro, Origins is fucking shit map, bro. Burry on top.
I think you were saying that because you like Burry too.
Burry on top.
You're mentally losing it. You can't trust it.
Damn, shut the fuck up, bro.
You don't stop
Man,
running, bro.
trying to diss me, bro. What the fuck is that? The fuck is that love, bro? Shut the fuck up.
That was fucking crazy. I just got the fuck red screamed out of me, brother.
Wonder's crying right now, bro. He's trying to have a fucking like.
Room's dark as fuck right now.
Wonder's crying, bro.
What?
Hitting up Are you streaming right
Average.
Oh, fuck, I was trying to beat a case.
now? Shall we go jail?
Fuck you.
The soul, what the hell is that? You're out. You're fucking... Are you on something right now?
Get this up.
What is Wonder, bro?
Bro, Wonder died.
Wonder's
What
like
is
fucking
Wonder,
in his
bro?
like a room and shit like Batman and shit right now.
Fucking bad, man.
Ugh.
I'm always
Belching in my ear and shit.
Wonder, I see you. Why the fuck you launching BO3, bro? What the fuck is that?
Gotta play test them out.
We're playing customs. It's King. Holy shit. Bro, we're stroking his shoe. We gotta give him a minute.
Oh, it's King's.
I like how entire
Okay guys, the YouTube divided these
What?
No.
Yeah, the only thing I'm off of is some fucking. The only thing I'm off of is some fucking hamburger, bro.
Let's
Wonder,
go.
Wonder.
What? Are you sure? Yes? Right now.
Wonder, you don't want to finish your fucking.
He gave up on the ranking. Yeah.
I like
Use the cursor, you can go through it.
open everything.
So we were at BO2, right? So that's why you wanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
You saying trying to distance yourself?
Okay, I guess maybe you're just ignoring my. Your video is gonna look like shit. Don't try and fucking like the video.
Yeah, I don't think they wanted you.
Oh my.
Said the Batman.
Guys, we should all play GeoGuessr right now.
I've never played GeoGuessr, I'm not gonna lie. I've never played
Bro is literally square.
It's only good if you're good at it.
He's just garbage, bro.
Well, you just learn to identify countries.
I'll do
or
whatever, but I
Yeah.
can't hear myself think right now. There's so many
Okay,
fucking people in this
here,
call.
I'm gonna move the ranking.
Wonder fucking
people
finish
to-
your fucking tier list, bro. What do you
Thank
mean?
you, loyal.
Just
view-
remove Vano and it's fixed.
That's fucking mean.
I love you, Van. I'm sorry.
No.
I do love you, really.
Oh, I'm still there? No. I'm still there, what the fuck?
Your berry co-op?
Buried.
Berry co-op?
Buried.
Berry co-op?
Next round, next round, so I can fucking pause, bro, and like actually enjoy my life.
Are you playing something? Space Santa.
Yeah, I've been playing something the entire time we've been making this tier list.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was trying to play Space Santa this entire time. And Raid this entire time, ever since you started.
Alright, we're in. For anyone else, other people. Wow, I have a fucking demonic right now. This is my screensaver's orange. We're in this. But in general,
I think you should get Phoenix in here to rank Revelations.
start yapping about
Yeah.
No, I don't. I can't handle that again. I'm just kidding. Should we? What's wrong with the back of the box?
This is a lot more quiet, which is nice.
yeah.
Thank you.
I joined the other channel on Dick, and I was not about to listen to who the fuck those people are.
Oh, fuck, I gamers.
Alright.
Well, let me take a look at this ranking now, 'cause
Okay,
now
I'll
that the
tell you. I'll tell
Right,
you
I
what.
can tell you, ZNS down the bottom. Yeah.
Guarantee time. Right. Number 1 is BO1 Moon. 2 is BO1 Release. 3 BO1 Ascension. 4 BO2 Origins. 5 BO1 Red. 6 5. Man, 5 is
Okay, hold on. What are these rankings?
Okay, so this is. So basically, I'm trying to create a general tier list. I know it's obviously but this is for how good, basically the best, the worst high round maps for high round.
So are we talking like, the most optimized strat sort of thing?
This is what I'm ranking them on. Oh shit, I just closed the document.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hold on a second.
Like the meta being used would have to be for world record meta for high round strat. Is that
Like
what you're
Basically-
best possible meta, like let's say, I don't know.
Like,
yeah.
here's an example with Shadows. Like, Shadows is the old strat.
New strat
The
is
fact that the new strat is not as good, but it's going to be probably faster hurts the map in these rankings.
yeah. So really, we're ranking it based on the fastest meta that you would use for a high round.
Yeah, whatever the current record for the
Yeah.
map, because that's what people are gonna like gravitate towards playing.
back at your list here? Why is
Okay, so Moose actually has like a fire. It's actually a scope.
you are the only person to fucking be a Smelter Beyond defender?
out. Well, the thing is, I like. I still, even though IW obviously not doing I still wanted to rank the maps within this ranking because they're still like the fact that they're not really
Right, well, I'm just trying to, if
No,
D
yeah.
is up where attack is below that, so.
No, we put attack at F.
Attack is currently the worst map.
Yeah, the highest one.
And you're saying East is, you would rather load up a game with
Oh,
East than
wow,
that.
yeah, I rather than beat time. Why would I want to attack? You just sit and see my spot for it.
Well, I played of them, to be honest.
Right, so in terms of which would you rather play less?
Sniper Cat, do you want to join the
All the little maps,
Yeah, we pretty much attached to level 1 now. First said in my chat, Hendrick dropped another dick again. What the fuck?
Is that the break or am I like?
Yeah. Alright, so, yeah. I'll go 5, Mob, Barry, Space Man, Direct, Die-Rise, Brave, Kino, Transit, Beast, Shadow, Rusty House, Knocked, Bullet, Resurrect, Farm, Depot, rest of the World of War maps.
Alright, so starting with Shadows, or going
Yeah, we might as well go in order, so let's start with
so it used to be very good.
It used to be S tier, but now it's
High D.
Is
Big Boss was
Ganon's
good.
name? Oh my god.
What a custom map. This is a no-gun map, which is, if someone had said, oh, I just got no-gun 255 without having to do things a year ago, that would have been like
The most impressive.
one of the better BO3 games. And now it's like,
it would have been the best BO3 game.
yeah.
This is not the best BO3.
What? Wait, they took the gameplay?
Yeah, you keep the beast front closed, and it's too spawn, and you keep the unupgraded sword because it actually kills more.
Yes, champions.
You basically play VE in Shadows.
Oh shit, face cam. I don't think I've ever seen
Wine cellar camp.
Yeah, the wine cellar.
Why is he in a wine cellar?
Right, I
Who's,
think it's
who's using a face cam?
Oh shit, yeah.
Wonder, did you just say you've never seen Ganon's face? He was literally at a zombie land, bro. What do you,
At what?
he was at a zombie land. His face is public.
I don't even know how you managed to make a montage of the strat, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, what did you say, dude?
But looking at Shadows now, this meta, like aesthetic and everything, Shadows is still really cool. But the way you actually have to play it now is based off the rankings that you got at best, I would say the high yield. Well, that's what I'm saying at best.
Bring the thing back up. I put it at E. First one at E.
Why is it so bad?
Because it's so much easier. Like Waterfront was like, playing Waterfront well is like one of the hardest strats in BO3, if not the hardest. And now playing with the new strat, it's like probably one of the easiest maps on BO3.
It's like the knowledge you need to have to consistently do 5 and 5 meta without wasting a ton of shots in the draft or getting a ton of hits.
Yeah, I mean, am I
quickly, getting the sword charge quickly? It used to be
in
such
my no jug games, like ammo past like 220 even is like, you gotta be really careful. And I was asking Gannon when he was on like 250 how many shots he'd use around. He'd be like, oh, you know, sometimes 1 or 2, you know. I'm just like, okay, dude.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I have 1 in 4. I think I don't need to shoot that much this round.
I mean, grabbing QR before 100 and adding another drop into your cycle pretty much tells you all you need to know about how much ammo matters on that shit. It's completely rubber map. I'd say honestly, it's probably that map's probably easier than Doom now.
Is it just because like you're trying so many more?
Just the way that you're playing.
You basically can't die with the sword. Like with the upgraded sword, it sort of has a minor stun. Sometimes it just sits down on your plate to fly, so that you can be ready for it. Whereas unupgraded, you slam, you know, a little like micro damage or something. And then when you hoard, it's not like the waterfront hoard where you have to be really careful with like the on every angle, you know, a narrow area where you can try and fit through. Just have this big wide open space. You can go out of the spawn a little bit if you want to. Get your hold properly. Shit, man.
Does anybody like? Is there any kind of movement to ban the strat?
I want to because you're still keeping the door closed. You're not supposed to, but people are like, oh no, well it's people are like, oh no, well it's legit, like, you know. And now that someone's played a 75 game in there, people think, oh, well, it's definitely legit. I'm going to ban it now. Okay.
It's weird because the strat has been publicized. I don't know, even before Project Native, but that was years ago. And
the thing is, people complained about it back then. People complained. People
like,
banned.
I have a response
but it didn't get banned simply because no one thought to play a whole game, especially not on classics or that.
Right.
So that's why it stayed unbanned, because it wasn't going to be map ruining. But now that it's map ruining, they go, oh well, it's always been allowed, so what's the problem? It's like, well, it should have been banned back in the day. Well, it's fine now.
The whole reason it was considered not viable as a hiring strategy is because the whole people didn't understand. Oh, this name stands for spot, but they actually are.
How could you with error?
No, because I'm spawn.
Yeah, after a certain amount of time, like the meeple's not spawning, a lot cool spawns together. Actually, it'd probably be a great sleeper, really. You just sit there. Not people, Jumpy. Jumpy figured out. He went, oh, if you stand here, they spawn, and he completely ruined Shadow. Just
So does Jumpy want to set his
No, I think he doesn't like it. I don't know whether he wants to ban it. I know he thinks
ban it? Now that we're talking about it, I don't understand why you guys...
I want it banned, but not enough people agree with me to start a movement for it.
The issue is now that it's become like mainstream, people are like, well,
people are scared. People are scared to say what they really think.
I mean, it goes back to the same mindset of like
You'd also, if you banned, let's say we banned it, right? There'd be 255s on Waterfront that would no longer be legit either, because in the setup changed at some point where people would zap the door and go and spend the first few rounds outside in that area, and then they'd open that door. So you'd have 255s on Waterfront that wouldn't be legit anymore, because...
Well, you
so
could
that's
say,
another
like,
reason why. Yeah, the problem is if you start making allowances for people, where do we draw the line? People, it's like Gannon Seeker's game where his sword symbol is attached. Everybody agrees you should have sword symbols attached. People go, oh, but you know, it didn't really change anything in his game, so it doesn't matter. You know, it's still good. Like, well, yeah, I get what you're saying. It didn't change anything for his game, but it's still the premise of the whole thing. It's still the foundation.
I mean, it goes back to like was before this was done for an actual high-end game. Just the idea that two blocks were so appealing to some people, and the idea of like, oh, well, for no power, it would be a lot more fun to just do the respawn strat here. And there was legitimate like movement from a number of people who were like, yeah, we should just allow it for the no power where you're allowed to shot the one door, and I immediately shot that down. I'm like, that is the stupidest fucking thing I've heard, because that's going against the whole idea of the no power.
We're gonna do no power. We turn on
No power, but with power for one door.
Okay, what it is people go, oh, I like this, so we should just change the rules. The rules don't make any sense. That's why I see when patches came out, like, allow perk patches and box patches and leave the rest alone. That's the only commonality between the two matches that people do. And just leave it alone. But then you get some people that go, oh, but I don't think patching, let's say, sword symbols that bad, or skull symbols and shit. It's like, even if it doesn't make a difference, you'll still start bending rules, and when you bend rules, then eventually you'll bend a rule that will make a huge difference. Yeah. Everybody has their own opinion of what they think is alright. It's just
yeah, Cheetos, basically, there's gamers. By the way, we're in yeah, get them in. We're in but basically they were saying that this is piss easy, and the fact that it took one of the hardest and most skillful strats and basically made it obsolete.
But even besides that, the fundamental reason that it should be banned is you're in an area where you will tend to be allowed to go with that door closed. Like you're abusing a glitch. You know, people go, oh, but you can still, like, I remember saying, oh, well, you know, it's banned from going outside of the map and beat mode, outside of the areas. And like, there you go. But they go, oh, but you can still hit the switch inside the spawn.
Yeah.
But even if you hit the switch in spawn room, you're still hitting a switch you're not supposed to hit from spawn room.
Right.
Like, it's pretty clear what was intended on, you know, with the after,
Right.
It's pretty clear what their intention was. And when you start manipulating it, that's when you end up with things like DO1, the fire trap. Like, that's obviously what was intended. It's a exploit, but it's one that over years decided gave them that character and they wanted to keep. So, community with exploits that aren't full-on glitches, exploits become a community decision. What the people want. I'd say Shadows, DNS, and Shang play best possible way when Shadows was Waterfront. I'd say those three maps are and then maybe like Shino after that. Like, and now this is like one of the
Okay, no problem. Alright. Better work than DO1. Yeah,
I mean, it's still better than DL1 half. I mean, have anyone? How anyone loads up that map and goes, oh, I'm gonna play a long game on this shit.
That would put it below. If it was in E, it would put it below gross.
I think I'd rather camp at Jug on Buried and just keep airing over and over and over again.
And play Shadows Junction.
No, then play Narc.
Oh, well, yeah. That's true. Alright. Where's Shadows? These are all mixed up, which does not help me. Okay. So you're saying top of E?
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd say Bustipo and S. Here's our BO1 rankings, okay? Here we have Moon, Reese, and Ascension as 1, 2, and 3, all in S.
Then we have Call of the Dead in 5 in A. Then we have Shino and Verrect in B. Kino, and then Noct way down here. What calls my guy?
Surely Bus Depot would be like one of the better survival maps. The other one's just like so
That
bad.
was gonna be the sentiment too, but people fucking hate Bus Depot apparently.
Yeah, but Bus
Everyone is
Depot's
rallying
like,
for it to be at the bottom.
but you get like Town and Nuketown and stuff where it's like, they're fine maps, but once you get past like a certain point, the game just becomes like one kill every hour, and it's just like, they don't look like they challenge the player very much. I mean, they're cool maps, they're like nostalgic maps.
It's
but
mostly
they're
like
not.
a test of endurance after
Yeah.
after a certain round. Except Town, because the meta is now to play without Jug. It does remain. Like,
Yeah, I
pretty
mean that
skillful
does
map the whole time.
that
So
would put Town like way ahead now.
I put Kino in A at least because there's multiple strats. Most people never got the joy to get to instas, no novas, and just to enjoys just sitting in Fire Trap. Yeah, I put it low because you know Fire Trap strat is not very engaging, well there's force outs.
It can
which
be
is good.
engaging if you like tab out and do something else while you're in the fire trap.
Exactly. And there's trade strat for speedruns. We did talk about trade strat too, but we were like, it's not really viable for, because we're ranking these based off like, I want to make a tier list for zombie.
Am I seeing
Mass
BO
for high
on
rounds.
Ascension and S tier? What the
So,
fuck?
Yeah.
Gosh.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, trade strat's not really viable for a world record at this point, and it's hard to imagine that it would be without like extreme luck and optimism.
Well, Slew can already play fire trap faster, can't he? So.
Right, exactly.
So it'd be pointless to play.
Bus Depot is
Trade
my
Strat
least
anyway.
favorite, but I don't really hate it, nor do I truly hate any maps. I truly hate some maps, but you know, to each their own. Just kidding.
Says the buried player.
It's usable for world record, but not to max out the map. You think you get more than 240 with trade strat? Yes, says the buried player. You
Alright,
got a
we're gonna
point
be
there.
here all night if it's taking us this long to do map 1 of 14 of the.
Okay,
Yeah, come on,
yeah,
come on.
alright.
Why are we talking about games that are already on the?
I wanted to show Slee my EO1 rankings, but yeah, we're getting a lot off track. Dryzendrak.
No,
No, aren't we at the Giant? The
Oh
Giant.
fuck, the Giant. I forgot the Giant existed.
See, it's weird because
honestly,
Who-
I
wait,
would put
hey,
Giant up.
Hey, can you send me the sheet of the fastest 255s in each map? Real quick. Just so I
sure.
can pull them up as we go along. But what were you saying, gamers?
Giant I would put up higher than expected because VMP Room, even though the only game that's been played in VMP Room now was like, you know, it wasn't, I mean it was good because it was no jug, but it was also, you know, like slow paced because, you know, the way that he had to play for no jug. But I think if someone optimized VMP Room with jug, I think it would make it a really good map because there's so many more things you can do in that room.
It's weird because the sentiment used to always be first room was a necessary, like, it's not super involved with what you do once you learn how to do it, and you can definitely play it a lot easier if you just do stairs.
Oh,
but
are there links to the games? How do I read this?
no, that's just for the time, so you can see like which
Oh,
one.
okay.
I don't know if I have one that has the links to the
I'll have to
actual
make one
videos.
or something.
I mean, I might
And if
have.
you go to the ZNS section, what you'll notice is missing is my 255 times.
Wow, where'd they go?
But with VMP, it had always been seen as, oh, it's not going to be viable all game, but then it did become viable all game, and there was somehow a turnaround of, oh my god, VMP is this super impressive high, you know, high risk, high reward strat to, it's even more boring than first room now.
Yeah.
So I don't know where that mentality decided
really?
to switch, but it's
because all it takes
Yeah.
is someone playing the map and showing what's possible. People will always comment on how hard something is when no one's done it and they haven't done it because your
Yeah,
mind
that's
wanders and
true.
goes, oh, that'd be crazy because of this, this, and this. And when you actually do it, you go, oh, hold on.
I didn't realize the merit of this had gone down. I thought this was still considered like one of the best BO3 games.
I mean, it for the
Oh, it's
fact
a great
that it was
game.
built
I'm not.
record,
I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
shit on it. Like I'm not.
Oh yeah, no,
It was a
sorry,
great game.
I wasn't
But
saying.
but I even think like I'd say I'd put like Chance's Shino game ahead of this. Like this is not. At least playing like this is not. But I'm glad that he did it, No Jug, because it really like it was a big fuck
That-
you to all the
yeah,
people that said
that-
it wasn't even
that, like-
possible with Jug.
That's true.
And there have been a number of games with Jug that have been tried to play before, or not before, but after this, and they're even with minimal improvements. You're gonna get at least an hour or two faster with similar dog rounds, just playing the same way he is. So it's
Chance rates both SNN and Barucht above the VMP 255.
Like,
There's
the
no
fir-
way you could get a faster 255 in Spawn, right? Like the Spawn stretch completely dead.
no this
For
this
record.
VMP
This
track.
this
still
in
be pushing
theory,
4 hours,
this in
but-
theory is a slow VMP game, but it's still like way faster than the fastest spawn room game.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Like spawn room. I don't,
Like this was
spawn
what
room even sub
56.
60?
This no it's not. I don't even think it's sub 61 yet.
Well, I'm
I think
saying like
it's-
potential.
Oh, no, I don't think so. Where the fuck are you gonna
Atmos
find
Cube
over
says
an hour?
58 hours is probably maxing out Spawn.
No, you don't get 58 hours in spawn. Sorry, that's not happening. I don't even think you get sub 60. I just don't think there's enough time to save and spawn unless you get like crazy dogs. But I mean, I'm talking like crazy dogs.
Yeah.
Well, either way, so the point of the ranking for it, I would say it is still seen as you need to learn how to play the strat well, and if you're going for trying to play it faster than Sniper Cat, you certainly can, especially if you play with Jug. It'll be a lot easier to learn. But in terms of, is it a highly ranked map in terms of like I'm gonna start a VMP room game because that's what I want to play today? No.
Yeah, like not like people aren't really impressed by VMP Room or motivated to do it.
It doesn't make you
Is that what you're
excited. Let's
saying?
put it this way. All the people that went, oh gosh, VMP room 255 would be insane, are now going, oh gosh, what a dog shit strat. I wish it was still spawn.
Really?
But because of the potential
Why did
of
he get
VMP
Stam
room,
on 203? It's
Because of
Chance.
the
We can't
poten-
really question what he does.
because
I
of
didn't
the,
even know if it was Stam either.
Oh my god.
Similarly in the co-op, he was like, I don't know what it is, but we're just gonna play.
That's
never
just
used
Chance
Stam in
for
it.
you. He likes to take a chance. But what were we saying, gamers? Sorry, I interrupted you.
I don't remember what I was saying. I'd only rank it higher because of the potential that the map has if someone played like a really optimized game with Jug in there.
Yeah. Cause I never see people playing the Giant anymore.
Well, go back to your tier list. I have a suggestion for where to place it. I'm curious if gamers is gonna immediately shoot it down.
It's patchy.
What would you say to High C?
Yep, I put it high C. That's what I was thinking. When you said that, I was thinking that.
Alright, so like, I'd probably put it below Kino. Well, I don't know. What do you think? Below or above BO1 Kino?
I mean, Force Out Kino is kind of
below.
cool too.
It's pretty
Below.
skillful, yeah.
Definitely below.
Above or below Transit?
Above.
I'd put it above
How Transit got up to C, I don't know, but
Okay, I'm actually kind of a Transit. I'm kind of on the other side. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people in that. I think it's more skill than people.
yeah, I mean, it's just an ignored map. That's why people.
Yeah, I think like based on what I learned, I think Transit is just not played. It's like Spaceland. It's not played enough for people to really have pushed it and figured out. But it's not the best map. It's got a lot.
Certainly does. The more I look at that map, the more I look at how lazy it really was when they made it. So like the bits in between the maps were just the most lazy thing ever. Like,
yeah, for real. No, literally. Don't worry about Chino. Yeah, we're gonna get Chino max this year.
yep, so he's gonna get a 249 reset in the last 2 minutes of the round.
Alright, their eyes.
Oh, we're only on DE now? Damn.
What is the
Well, Extremes play way faster games. I think Squares play faster games, but just error.
They can't. Yeah,
Basically,
so,
it's basically like ZNS, where I play like hours faster, but just don't skip
There's
super
an
much.
unexplainable error.
yeah, can you give me like not super in-depth, I don't get too into it, but can you give me a little like background of what the heck is going on TV and why you can get a game done?
Basically, for whatever reason, there is an unexplainable CI error that people are getting. And it's not like a consistent range. Like, if you look at the CI or freezes that gamers is getting on CS, it's usually within a set range of only a few hours or within the same 10 rounds or so, period.
Yeah, and if I replicate a
CI
game, it will be the same freeze time, pretty much, almost exactly.
The CI that people are getting on DE ranges from the low hundreds to 254, so it's a very wide range.
It doesn't seem like a build-up to an error. It seems like two things happening at once and colliding, and it's like the game doesn't handle it, but we just don't know what that is that causes it.
There are a few leads with it, because from years ago, people have speculated that spamming the bow in such a way can lead to CI, because people like Pilot, who used to be one of the better pioneers with actually playing fast consistently on maps. I remember one of his more notable games was a very decently paced 150 or so, and he died, and was only using the bow, like it had a crosshair with the bow out.
Oh.
So there is some speculation that it could be related to the bow, and you're like, oh, okay, just don't use the bow. There have been several games without the bow that have used CI. The most leading theory is it has something to do with the rag usage, because people have been able to force the CI with only a few hours of testing of just constantly having it out or swimming. And one of the more incredible theories that is something along the lines of when rags are charging, or no, when they're charging, you're getting killed or something to that effect. So it could be. People have tested no cherry, people have tested no bow, people have tested certainly, people have tested something. There's something about the Hack-a-Punch, about you can force a CI as well with Hack-a-Punch somehow. It's very weird.
Oh.
So the main thing is, to make a long story short, it's unexplainable. It has something potentially to do with rags, but that kind of doesn't really solve the issue if you use rags in strategy. So it's not like you can just avoid using rags and then not error, because people are also getting this error in such a wide range that you can't really say, well, in this game we only use rags for every 30 seconds on average, and then you got a CI in the 50s, but then people that use rags less manage the CI even earlier. So it's very strange, because Square specifically had a very long streak of never erroring, and then when playing one of his no perks games, he finally got the CI like below 180, and it's like he's not doing anything noticeably different that he's aware of, but he's had 2 or 3 255s on this map at this point, and it's like no one knows.
Oh.
But in terms of actually ranking the map of strategies that you have to do now, it is a solid F. It's not enjoyable.
So what? Well,
faster game than Snow Jug, yeah. That's,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Oh.
that's like way faster.
He has a 53. Wait. Oh.
Imagine if I made a montage of some of the NS3s as well.
Oh, yeah. So this is a new watch. So my other question is this something that because the map usually works fine, right? It's like something that
I don't know. I think it's almost difficult to play it. It's by evolution skill.
okay, so it's from
Probably something to do with slamming the rags, how it could be something to do with how long you clear zones, because of, you know, grabbing shields and stuff, grabbing ammo. So just by people getting better, makes the game react quite badly.
yeah. So
It was not a widespread issue of people CIing on the E prior to this, unless it was
Until times
extensive
got
Windows
faster.
usage.
And times
Yeah,
got
like-
faster because skill got higher and players
Right.
changed their
Once-
play style. in the
Once
era.
fairly meta ensured meta just before that, like running Death Ray,
I mean, what you were saying in the chat is quite a likely theory.
right.
oh, like a deadline?
Yeah, about dead wiring and then slamming after. But I would have thought Extreme would have tried that, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask him when we're having sex later, but
So you said after like even if there was no error and this wasn't an issue, how does the strat people hate it. People don't like the strat. Why?
but honestly, makes me think we should put shadows lower because really, it's the same kind of map now.
yeah.
You spend 90%
But
of
at
time
least Shadows
slamming.
doesn't have to super error.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, I would almost.
Unless you're gamers and you never just use it for the first time on Shadows.
Oh,
He
dude.
had a first vote to $7 to
Hey,
$13.
bro, and it's probably like the best game that I've ever played. It was 244 less no joke, and I just free on a map that I've never frozen before.
Is it common to freeze on that map?
Not on Shadows.
Yeah,
The
that's,
only
that's
freeze.
very rare.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was sort of paying attention, but not.
So, wait, so why did you suppose the short strat?
It is very
It basically takes all the fun of using the zombies and shit on it.
like when this strat first came out, it was becoming meta. There was some pushback for it, and the consideration of people like, let's ban it.
I remember next
Next
gen
gen
saying
specifically, yes.
we should ban it because he doesn't like it.
But
Could have banned it. You guys gotta be more like active banning the fucking shit. That's ass.
But it was horrible. There was one 255 on DE with the old cherry strat, and then as
and
soon
that
as
is
the
the
new
best
one came
one
out,
still. Yeah.
yeah, and as soon as the new one came out, it just completely changed. Like,
Wait, what do you mean by
the one in 8.
Yeah. Look at
Like
Ashley's
how-
specifically.
Forgot. Was he the only one who did it there?
Yes, there have been at least 100 plus games, not by people, but
I mean, even that strat I didn't like because it's still,
Yeah.
the game, but it's still better than that.
this one there's not nearly as much of room for error because with stairs, cherry strat, you have a whole ass exit on, and it's a lot more forgiving as opposed to this. You have to
Well, what you do is you do what Peg did, where he played in the stairs strat to 200 and then took a screenshot standing at HBK and put it on Twitter.
I don't know how many times I can say it. It was not intentional.
That's crazy.
Okay. But dude, when you did that, I remember we were all like, no, I believe you, but I just remember I saw some new guy, I was fucking dodgy. I bet you played it. And then you started streaming and you're on steers like just class of like, okay,
Alright, Horizon Drive better or worse than Fallen?
Worse.
Better or worse than Fallen?
Worse.
Better or worse than... Well, the War at War Master.
Better than all of the war matches.
Better
You
than
shoot your gun around there.
Right. Okay, so I put it between
Definitely put these on because these way up.
Anyway. ZNS.
Is that where we're up to? Alright, I'll see you guys later.
Is it ZNS time already? Jeez.
Yeah, let's pull up the official world record gameplay here. Oh, gamers, where's your gameplay? What is this in file here?
1, 2, 3, the fastest 255 on the map. I am Z. Congratulations. Kegs gameplay.
That is all of the surviving footage
Without
of that game, by
Tails'
the way.
helpful input, wise World at War the reason.
I wish he
why
had
here.
times of his games. Like I know he's definitely slower than your game, and he's fucking definitely slower
Is
than mine.
SNN
But
BO1 higher than Kino BO1? Yes. SNN is quite a bit higher. It's 1 tier higher, but there's a lot of maps between them. You're going to jail. We put Shino fairly high, and Furt was talking for a while about Shino actually, but he was talking about how there's a lot more strat variation, and there's a lot more potential than there is on Kino. Those are two big things we were ranking: potential and variation. With like variation between what
So ZNS.
and the World of War finished. And the setup was the
I think.
yeah, besides the freeze on this, I think this is the best map. I still think that the play scale room, the best like optimized scale room, is still the hardest.
Play it well, no widows, no wires, double dead wire turn. With minimal shield or no shield. One of the ones.
I mean, the optimized way is to play with no shield or grabbing ammo, like you wouldn't grab shield
Right,
right around.
You still have
For now. And the only reason for that is because gamers has not been able to avoid freezing. Even back when I was used to gaming for hours ahead.
I think my fastest game was gonna be a 49, which is how much faster it was. Like,
That would have been 3.5 hours though, so I had a 5250.
which I mean, 3.5 hours is quite a lot for a map that's just AAT.
Yeah. So, like, when this game was played, it was very decent for this. It was matching backwards time.
This game's also like
Yeah.
now 4 years old, so it's kind of like judged it now.
why?
Like what I mean, sorry, what I mean by that is like you can't say the game's bad just because it was bad now.
Well, yeah.
Right, wait, go back 10 seconds. Do you see that Thrasher? Did you see that, gamers?
What on 243 or whatever it was.
Yeah, because I mentioned that to Vackle the other day. I'm like, yeah, the fucking Thrasher's supposed to not do that.
Not supposed to do what?
Be alive when I use the skull. Like,
Oh, that is weird. It's straight up.
Yeah, that happens.
not
happens
past
all the time.
162.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Wait, what?
Yeah, right?
No, I'm pretty sure that does happen. I don't know why it happens, but you'll get ones that won't to die to it, and then they sort of like, I don't know, their health is weird. Like you kill their spores and they'll sort of just chill around for a while, and then all of a sudden you'll be able to kill them. I don't know exactly what it is. Might be something to do with respawning them. I don't know.
Weird.
Oh, God, backward. Fuck with most maps, there's a clear spawn point of like, here's a window, or noticeable ground spawn. In this, it's all ground spawns, and you have spider spawns that you don't know the general area where they are.
It's not 3 spawns, it's like 35 spawns.
So you have to be constantly aware of your movement along with all of the different enemies.
Especially playing at no shield as well for so much of the game.
Oh, you have to do no shield?
Well, it's fast.
The only saving grace in that everyone's safety is Cherry can stun the zombie, but unlike other maps, it will only stun it one time. So if you try to cherry the same zombie again, it won't get stunned.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Is that a feature or a glitch?
It has something to do with the fact that you're trying to cherry ground spawns, I think. Because it's same thing on Origins, you can replicate.
I think the only strat that you could say rivals Skullroom on BO3 is the Shang strat playing it like with turned at a decent pace.
The most optimal, like low 12 or however fast it
but
is.
like ZNS Skullroom no shield is easily like the other hardest strat in that.
One of the most
game.
impressive things you can
I mean, it's like any map though. If you go on with Widows and play slow and play shit, then like it's gonna be a lot easier. But we're talking, you know, playing optimized is a completely different ball game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still even playing bad. It's still a difficult map.
What tier would you guys put it in?
S. Note of a S.
Better or worse than? We're in
Not attention. As long as it's not attention, I don't care.
Alright, I'll put it super.
We'll wait until Lexi is here. It's gonna be like, no shit. No way. Hate the mystery on that map, man.
Now we get to talk about the other map.
Oh, GK. Yeah. So, F tier. Right, now moving on. Red.
Is this your original?
Yeah, that's the classic.
The OG 255 that he did like 3 days before No Gun.
3 days?
That is a couple of months between, wasn't it?
I had a
the same thing.
Break of GK, yeah.
I thought you were saying the same thing.
That's it. But
Go on S tier. That's what they said.
Absolutely.
so with GK is a goofy map, and the error is the best way to look at that, because in order to actually push the map to 255, you have to purposefully go out of your way to avoid killing one of the 2 alternate enemy types on the map. And if that means you take more down because of it, you have to do that, because it's better to avoid risking contributing more to the error from killing the other enemy type, which means instead of being able to freely kill and shoot in the directions that you want to, your main aim of the game is you're going to be shooting the shield at the floor, or if there's a Veld too close to you, you have to wait until it's out of range while shooting at the floor, or you're going to accidentally kill the Veld. So, GK, even before error optimization of trying to get it to 255, was still a very funky map. But the way you have to play it now in order to get to 255, there's a reason why no one else has tried to really play the map for almost 3 years.
Yeah.
Because even before then, like, there was still vague interest in GK of like, oh, turned army, that's kind of cool, whatever. Or, you know, I like the idea of I can just jump into the game and not have to worry about downs, because there's URs you can get from Easter completion. But the downside to it now is you have to play in such a way that even the GK defenders like myself just find it unbearable. So it is, I would say, the way you have to play it now with trying to avoid the error all being low D at the best. At the best.
Would you still put it above DE though? Because from what you said, I honestly, like...
If it wasn't like,
it's just
if
kind
it
of
wasn't
considered
just
a joke of a map.
if it wasn't infinite QRs, I feel like it would be crazy. Like, I'd put it way higher. But it's
I
just
think
the fact,
that,
I'd rather play knocked than buried. That's a crazy.
it's the fact that you could play really bad or really well, and it's still going to be a 255 as long as you don't kill Valkyries.
I stand by the belief that someone, if they dedicate enough time to it, which no one will, they could play a game without doing the Easter egg and base QR map to 255 and avoiding the error. But no one's gonna do that, and the only person that's fucking stupid enough to do that is me, and I'm not gonna do that. So, the way that you can play it with the infinite QR is...
SOE is an E because SOE is terrible with the new strat now.
Yeah,
and
it's
the new
because of
strat is the
Junction strat.
optimized strat, and we're basing the ranking off the most optimized strat. If you're talking about Waterfront, it would be S tier for sure, no doubt. Keg would agree with that, I'm sure. But if it wasn't,
if it was Waterfront meta,
Waterfront would
we
be...
would probably
But
GK, I think you can put it in... right between shadows.
I'm gonna speed maps and things the grass map for at least an hour.
What's
That's all
good
that
about
needs to be said
GK?
about GK.
I don't think you named anything good about GK.
So, like I said, it's a goofy map, so it's... There's
Dragon.
Yeah, there's a few unique quirks about it. The dragons and the whole thing with Turned Army, like, someone messaged me the other day that I still don't respond to without actually explaining it, but the short explanation of Turned Army is, once you get to 159, something with the zombies' health valve gets bugged when Valve's electrified zombies. And the same thing can happen on the E and Res Gander with a shock charge turn zombie as well. So if you get a normal turned zombie that has not been damaged prior to becoming turned, and then you let a Valk or shock charge explode on it, then the turned army becomes electrified. And for some reason, that tricks the game into thinking that you haven't actually got a turn on the map, so you're allowed to still proc more turns without that one expiring. But that electrified turn zombie will still have the AI of a turn zombie to kill. And because of the whole shock thing,
they're expensive too. They're expensive turns on them. They've got like a longer expiry date. They're like fresh out of that.
They last like 30 minutes, right?
I don't know the exact length, but the other thing too is so...
They normally last longer than the player does before he grabs his QR.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword with 159 plus, because if you get the turned army, it's like a cool thing, but you have to get to that point, because if you get normal zombies that are electrified, then depending on what you do to those zombies, you can get either invisible zombies that will just block you, and two ways you can get out of it is charioting it, or punching it with a shield, or shooting it with normal bullets, or you could get zombies that are invisible that will still hit you, or you'll get zombies that are visible, but you can't do anything to them, and they're just blocking your path, and then other zombies will come. So it's very fucking weird, is the short story. But
well, thanks for that, Keg. I'll definitely not play GK.
Yeah. Okay. That'll do it for GK. Rev.
They all hate that ranking, but they're all saying put that shit in F.
Put that shit in F.
No, this is the one where you need to put that shit in F,
Yeah,
bro.
Rev
Look
is
at the amount
high
of
F.
255s, bro.
No, honestly, I would put Rev higher just because it's kind of fun.
Hey, yeah.
it is more fun than
Raise
GK.
skins.
Yeah.
Here we go. Or no, Ganon has
Oh
some
my
access
gosh,
to
look
that,
at
right?
all that.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, I know. Look at and that's just Hey guys. Here's the no go. Okay, there's only like 5 no go.
What
I
the?
was...
Yeah, that is absolutely
You really can't make a name for yourself too fucking Rev, can you? The fucking names are.
There's a lot of strat variety. Really?
Rev is
Rev is-
performance, dude.
Rev is like as easy as Ascension, but more enjoyable because you gotta like think about things.
That is fair. Yeah.
You can also watch movies while playing. It's more enjoyable.
I've always stood by the idea of, like, with Rev and Ascension, they're always looked at as the two by far easiest rated ways to play PvP high rounds. I've always stood by the idea that Rev is the easiest 255, or sorry, Ascension the easiest 255, Rev is the easiest 200, because anyone can jump into a game of Rev without knowing drop or Widow's optimization to avoid CI or how to actually play the map well and still get a 200 essentially the first try. Ascension, anyone with basic training knowledge Rev, you actually have to do some little things to get that
I would agree with that. What, is it IF?
Yeah, put it high yet. And move on to that that's crap.
Ascension with the Panzer. Wah, wah.
Ascension with the Panzer. What is it on?
It's weird too how it's a Revelation, like this alternate Revelation map we don't know about.
I put it above
I'm waiting for the remake of Revelation. They're gonna call it Revolution.
Revolutions.
Rather shoot
But saying that, if you're 140 hours into a Rev game, you've probably got some bigger issues.
Red here. What's up, Gannon?
One of the few good things about Rev is just not having to play that map for 70 hours and stuff wasn't.
It's a bit harder than Rev. I'd put it like maybe just above Shadows.
Yeah. Like the fact that moving towards wands go within some level of like figuring stuff out like faster or whether now that that's so little you still have to have that basic knowledge. Like, I remember when didn't have that knowledge, so it took them a while. But once that flipped, it was like, oh, okay, I know how to do that. The rest of it is just optimization.
Low D or high E.
Well, Wonder can listen, I think, still. So, do you not trade much of Moon at all now, then? From what you were saying?
You still have to do the bare minimum of
That's what, even when you do train on Moon, it's not exactly the hardest.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't want to, it's not great.
Okay.
The bare minimum training you have to do is just to separate the drops from the dead wire. So then that way you get a drop, get the entire board together, leave down the board, hack the drop without throwing the burst. Because like on BO1, you throw another burst generally to have enough time to hack the drop, or to see you spawn, whatever. You don't have to do that now on so there's just double drop, and that way you can get 4 full wave jumps every round.
They're not all considered a record Tiger Bait, which the fastest is generally considered a record.
Yeah, Gannon.
It's just zombie records don't keep up with that because they want everyone to feel special. Participation award, I guess.
Or I shouldn't say use a secondary sense, I should say more like the way that you separate the drops, like pay attention to that, and then you wait for it to make sure you get a second drop. It's the same idea of separating as few zombies as possible at once, and that way you just move forward immediately. Also, one drop on the map, you have no chance of getting a second drop.
Okay.
So this guy messaged me something about the sword, and he's like, he meant to say, oh, this is how you pull the sword out, bastard. He said, this is how you pull out, bastard.
Oh.
So what did we say for Moon? You said Moon has been less and less
Yeah, because camping at the window now, when people first started playing Moon, the idea was, well, if I shoot the wave gun faster, that means I'm playing faster, which is not true. And then people used their brains for 5 seconds and thought, well, if I wait even a few seconds more, I'm close to a full horde first shot, and then the
Let me think. I could get 24 kills in total. I could get 24 kills a shot.
And then the ultimate evolution of it now is shoot the wave gun, and get nearly a full horde, basically a full horde, and then immediately switch to a dead wire or another AHC gun, to get those few extra kills. On top of that, so now you can more than a full horde for a wave gun shot.
Oh, okay.
That so long as you're doing the drop separation and you don't get knocked over because of that, you can camp for significantly longer compared to having to do
That makes.
You wouldn't separate the drops as well, or you would shoot nearly close to a full horde with each shot. So,
it's great for 160 blue, and it's not great anymore.
the fastest thing is Delta.
It's not on VR, it's not legit, bro.
So, there's a lot of potential with the map in terms of it being like more of an actual skillful training strat, because the longest time the way to play the map was training at the bottom of the elevation, which since 2017 has not been a very high skill strategy. But even back then there was the idea of like, well, if I train at Gen 4 for a little bit, then that will end the round faster. Or if I do that on the frozen rounds where I can't camp at all and I have to train for the round, that will speed me up a little bit. So there's essentially two ideas of how to further optimize the map, which is to play Gen 4 all game now. Very impressive because no one's close to doing that. Or there's the idea of first room, which is like 2 SPH faster than that. But the issue with the first room strat is there's also no one that's been close enough to actually surviving anywhere close to a full game of that.
For real, Jumpy be playing like 3 minutes and goes down to like, this is the strat, bro, look at my SPH.
Look at my SPH.
Wait, was this game fluid? I love how on PC, fucking when you go back too far towards the staff, like up by Mule Kick and down below, just completely like the graphics just do not load properly.
That's some bullshit, dude. What the fuck is going on up there?
So essentially, BO3 Origins is a very interesting map to think about in terms of like, oh well, it could be cool, but no, it's just not. Also, the fact that you're able to camp so much. Like, I've always been against the idea. I hate camping. Like, I view it as a necessary Yes.
Get absolutely shit on.
Alright, so what's your
The list goes on. Honestly, putting like just the way it was played in Delta's game, I'd put it like an E somewhere, probably.
Above or below GK?
Above GK.
Above GK.
Above or below New Shadows?
Yeah, above.
Training Gen
Below
4. Training Gen. I think it's high E. Like training Gen 4 is still
I'd put
one
it
of the more
top of E.
difficult
No,
things
there's
you can
potential. There's potential for new strats.
Well, even the way Delta played with Gen 4
Just based
is
on the way
one of the
Delta
better
played,
ways.
just because he had some Gen 4 and he played it well like that. That puts the map.
Okay.
If we were doing this tier list before that game, I would have put it like a bit below. Not sure, never played.
Yeah. Alright, I'll put it at the top of E. How's that sound?
Yeah.
So above, between BO3 Moon and Gross Difference.
Yep.
Alright. BO3 Ascension.
F. Move on.
Yep. Literally just.
There's really nothing to say about this.
Yeah, just leave it in.
The immediate defense
Wait,
Cube's gonna have.
Is it the worst map for high rounds on BO3?
It is below Rev, I would say.
Hold on, I'll come back to Call the Dead. It's below Rev.
Yeah, like
but better than DE.
the immediate defense that Cube is gonna have is, oh well, training power is fun. And yeah, kind of, but it's still very Ascension, and there's not much more that has to be said about that.
Here,
Like-
I'll show you my criteria again. This is my criteria.
Like the fact that people were able to 255 the map prior to the patch that made it so you had the M1911 instead of the MR6, which was about a month after release. Like, being able to 255 a map that quickly is usually the sign of not good. Yeah.
Well, I can't speak for the other games, but I think the BO3 one's pretty accurate in terms of skills so far. I don't know what the fuck Narc to no patch is on about.
Make these a little clearer.
Yeah, the T-gun giving drops is a bad thing. It would be so good if they weren't.
Kind of. Spam a little bit more power. No AAT Ascension is also very boring, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm not
No,
saying that
no
as,
AATs, no AATs on BO3 is a joke anyway. I mean, it's not.
I mean, my whole thing with no AATs on
This is
BO3
support.
has
Explanation of the criteria.
yeah, like it is impressive the game that Tiguni just did. Like, congrats for finally getting 255 on it. But my thing with no AATs on BO3 is that it's literally trying to pigeonhole a way to play that the developers did not intend for you to do, because the whole reason for AATs is, and the respawn mechanic, despawn mechanic, how it is for you to play that way, because now you're trying to play a way of the older games where
that
it's
doesn't
the horde up is differently, the horde isn't as condensed, you can't, you know, it's very different. Yeah, essentially.
We put Call of the Dead. You might just have to go back to the bottom and watch when we ranked it, but we put Call of the Dead pretty high because there's a lot of strat variation, or there's a lot of like thought and decision making that goes into it.
That's pretty much what it is for BO3 Ganon. I don't think there's really a problem with that. If you rank it any other way of how much someone likes a map, you're just gonna end up with a bunch of different answers.
Yeah, and like BO3 kind of comes down to like skillfulness, and obviously if a map is like way too easy, a lot of the easier maps like Ascension.
I mean, Ross Theory, or have you seen him? Do you really think that the new Shadow strat is difficult?
Yeah, if it's easy and boring, then it's not very skillful. Exactly.
Okay, I'm back.
So
What's the next one you got here?
what's the last one you said? Origins?
Ascension.
Ascension, right. I'm actually gonna put it below.
That's exactly what we're taking into account, Ganon.
The skill. So
kid.
You said Shadow. Next up though, and
Oh, I forgot about that on Ascension. The fucking. Ouch.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, I knew that would be what you bring up.
I mean, it does make the map more difficult.
can you play the power?
That's not what we're saying at all, Ganon. The new Shadow strat is easier. It's significantly easier. And I'm not trying to disrespect your game if that's why you're upset. It is significantly easier than a lot of the other BO3 maps to play faster on. I mean, that's just how it is. Moon, I don't know. I mean, which maps would you change then, Ganon? Well, I think we're completely open to hearing other opinions.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a community sentiment tier list, so I'm trying to.
But anyone who's gonna give an opinion in the chat, at least give a reason. Like, I don't like people who just come in and go, oh, this should be this. Like, it's like, well, that doesn't help.
So, did we decide on a placement for Ascension here?
I put it between DE and Depot.
Yeah, alright. What's next on the list?
Feel like
What's the-
Junction is easier than 505? Yeah, I mean, that's just
If
the
the community
understatement of the
puts
century.
Paula dead, so I'm leaving. What? Wait, Sleer, can I want to hear your argument.
I don't think the round cap matters yet. Like, everyone's looking to consider the fastest 255. Record. It's just zombie records that haven't caught up to that, really. Oh, because if you can get a 255 and that stays with the record in the crowd, then more people use your website. Makes them feel good about themselves. People that use your website, the more ad revenue you make. Smart business to do a bit of shit for the game. If I ran zombie records, I'd give everyone a world record just for being there, because then more people come to my website and I'd make heaps of money.
We're talking about how good the high round strat, which is the meta. Basically, we're talking about how good.
Yeah, that's basically all it is. It's not really
Like,
how
the strat
difficult.
has like there are maps where different
The reason is, Ganon, is because I think me and Kega basically aren't playing the BO3 ones, and we're looking at them simply as BO3, as if there were no other maps on there. Me and Keg didn't really.
Yeah, like I'm basing it around the rest of the tier list, because obviously, as a BO3 player, I personally would rank most of the BO3 stuff above such things as Depot and
when I'm suggesting things, I'm not even really looking at the BO1 and 2 maps. I'm looking at just BO3 things, as if there's nothing else on the board. And I'm not going to come and speak for BO1 when I don't really speak. But what I will say about BO1 is that I agree with Farah. How can you put a one window map at the top? Like, did you get Farah to help you with this or something?
Yeah.
There you go.
I actually put the resources, and then I've kind of been the S tier really very hard because all these maps are really and there's a lot of skill and like all the things that make zombie maps fun and interesting and skillful to play go into all these S tier maps.
Yeah, I think you gotta just focus on skill though, because if you say fun, if you put fun as one of your things, then you're gonna get a different opinion.
Well, yeah, that is
But if you go skill, then most people are gonna agree, because most people know the map. should get Ganon to do that as well. Ganon, would you like to join the voice chat, Ganon? Ganon?
It
Ganon?
is in Wait, I'm guessing you would put
I mean, wouldn't most Tier 1 players put Reese at the top?
I thought that was generally.
I thought that was the case too, but when we were discussing
I think that's been the case since 2010.
and I set out with thinking that.
Who told you to put lower? Was that Bo?
Well, there were like when I was ranking.
Like, I don't have any problems with Burrow, and I'm not trying to cause beef with you and Burrow or anything.
No,
but it
no,
does seem a bit strange that you know, like maps that are generally considered easy on the game are like being put quite high.
Well, like in the case of like a sanctuary, like it is considered like a low skill.
It's a low skill tool, but the thing that brings Ascension up is the fact that so many people have played it, so it's got
And there's
like
tons
a
of,
certain optimization to it.
Yeah,
So, like,
exactly.
it's had so many different players optimized to the details over the years that other maps don't. You know, Shino doesn't have that. Shino just has Slayer, like optimizing the whole thing.
Alright, we'll come back. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Let's do
Server or stuff Wow, dude. Unbelievable. Ganon end and Ganon end and game is snipe. Right, now Shang. Where are we putting Shang, Ganon? S tier surely.
What are we ranking this on?
Well, I thought we were ranking
have to
this on
pick
just.
something.
I thought we were ranking this on. This is what I asked at the start as well. I thought we were ranking this
There's
on.
like a bunch of rankings and then everything just ranked on how easy it is.
How hard the map is and the most optimized way that you can play it. So Shang would
more off of skill and like.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Factors into
So it's basically the same thing. It's basically all revolved around skill. But we're not talking skill of, you know, a slow record, a rev 255 to 70 hours in spawn or something. We're talking like,
That's
you know,
probably
like
higher than better rev 255.
So let's say Shang, how you're gonna have to play it to 255, the most optimized way. That has to be essential.
Yeah.
No one argues with that.
I mean, yeah,
it's like we were talking about Shadows earlier. Shadows Waterfront would have been S tier. But,
yeah.
But because that's not the optimized strat for the 255 speedrun now, it's just, we can't back the Waterfront into it.
I mean, still the strat for 255 SR isn't doing hard up, so it's not as dog shit as what you're watching. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean it's still
not like
still dog
as good as
there's
Waterfront, but
there's much better maps on BO3 than Shadows now. Although,
yeah. So you said
I think
S tier,
wait,
but
oh, we haven't done that yet.
where would it go above or below Z and S? Do you think? Because I feel like Shang is almost too hard. That it's not fun.
The problem is Shang isn't done yet, so it's always gonna be viewed as something more difficult.
Yeah,
Once
like
Shang's
I said,
done, once like let's say Ganon does it, there'll be a stepping stone, like a sort of foundation of okay, this is how you play the map now, and then there'll be, you don't know, there might be 3 other people that do it. But because Shang is so close to reaching 255, I think I've got a fuzzy in there.
I mean, Flame's the only map you have to play like really well to get 255, right?
Yeah.
Definitely,
Is there any
it's
other,
like far and away the
is there any other maps you have to play like extremely
I think
well?
You can play well on Shima.
Yeah, you can't mess around. There are a few maps that you can get away with a little bit more, but like Chino specifically, you can play at the baseline of what you're doing. You're gonna be 2 hours of reset.
Everything else is
I don't think the Shino stretch is hard as Shino.
Well, you can get the translator out after.
No, they're definitely disagreeing. I mean, Roseberry thinks that Shadows needs to be higher, which I don't understand. What that is like.
How much of that did you put,
I just saw like all the BO3 maps in E and F, and I see like fucking some dog shit other maps. And,
Well,
like,
the thing
A
is,
and
we
B
started
and C.
we started with some shit like BO3 maps, really. You know what I mean?
okay.
Oh, Call of the Dead,
Nah, Call of Duty's crap, man. You see the window. It's not controversial.
We're not talking about Call of Duty.
I'll
You
explain.
noob
Wonderful. I'll explain the controversy to you. Okay, there's people that understand the game and go, okay, Call of Duty is rubbish. You sit at a window, and there's people that go, oh my gosh, 100 after all these years. Oh my gosh, and that's fuck for it. Okay, Call of the Dead around 100. Cool, that's great. It's a great, milestone. It's not that difficult. I mean, you don't need to be a BO1 player sitting at a window.
So before there was around 100, what would you rank it at? Yeah, like when it was anything you would rank it at before, it's lower now.
Why do you think it's worse?
Is the strat not worse?
I don't think it is. I would argue that it's not worse. Because, think about it. Before, the only thing that changed is you're shooting the VR weapon, but you're also killing the zombies. Wow,
Different way, holding window, yeah, a different way.
Yeah, and I think holding window is silly. I think it's silly at its core.
I mean, really, I think it is quite difficult, like sitting at Jug and then like flying up to grab a resonator. Like, it's pretty
If it was still the old strat, the only difference between sitting by a body of water shooting the VR. I don't think it's changed as much as that's just how I can understand why people think it's strat, like the idea of killing zombies by waiting for them to
But yeah, actually, what Slayer said though is actually the same point that Cannon raised before. Like, is when you like compare it to other maps, then it doesn't make sense for it to be up there because this map still would be higher.
Yeah, I think.
So if you put, let's say you put Call of Duty in like E tier or something, not that I'm saying you should, but let's say you put E tier, like, you're gonna look at it and think, fuck, it's quite low, it's in a bad tier, but really it's just what other maps are better than that.
I would wait.
So based on this conversation about Call of Duty, I'm gonna say put Kino in A.
I don't think Kino's mid.
Kino BO3 playing alleyway to 65.
High B.
Yeah, let's talk about. Come back.
I feel like all the BO3 maps should at least be bumped up like 1 or 2 like spots if we are comparing to like
Ganon's
the highest right now.
That's Ganon's polite way of saying that other games are shit.
Next I'm going to play Alio again. The idea of optimizing play Alio. And the furthest way, potentially, is actually playing a fight that's not playing game. That's what I mean. No one's really doing it. But in theory, could install shots. Same way you could play power at Ascension. Doing that anywhere near today, but I think that I wouldn't rank it an A just because playing Alley in the back is not really
that's not
really the strat.
That's Alley's simple than any.
This is what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it should be A. Is that a fair assessment?
So M8 is yes.
Alley is faster even playing in the back.
Okay, I'll tell you the sort of person who likes M8. The sort of person that drives a hatchback, still hasn't I can't say that word on stream. Hasn't been touched by a woman, okay. Probably indulges in too much marriage.
Why is it
If you sit by this trap for 40 seconds, then run around for a minute, and then sit down for 6 times.
Basically Kino.
Sounds like BO1 Kino. Sounds like BO1 Kino.
Yeah, but at least with this, there's no chance of anything happening for 40 seconds. With Dio and Kino, there's still the occasional
I would say
slaps. Right.
But there's a lot more potential in this game.
Well, no one's done an Alley only game yet, but
Okay, but here's the thing, we also judge Shang on what someone hasn't done yet either.
right.
We're
But
just
I'm
assuming
saying
that it's gonna be done.
I'm saying the most plausible Alley only PC5 game a lot of it's in the back. Obviously, we're playing with them as much as we can, easy. But playing in the back of that is not really a good strat.
My god, imagine if we game over this.
Yeah, I bet. Because at least with Alley, there's no challenge. You get to sit behind a trap. You're always actually having to pay attention.
You shouldn't rank it
Well, then I'd put Shang all over this.
well, I mean, like, not. But one of my
where's the
criteria
line drawn?
was potential. Like, I think part of what makes.
Then you kind of need a point system though, okay, like how many points does a map get for its potential? How many
Yeah, I
points
was
does it
doing
get
that
for?
before, but
We had one for
Because
BO1.
if you do it like this, then you're gonna have everyone with a different answer. It's just like,
that's true. But still, what even?
I feel like wouldn't it make sense to be ranked on how the map's going to be played though? In the future and like now?
yeah, I think the only problem with that is, I mean, I agree. I do think that's how we should do it.
Not how it was played like whatever, whenever. But
I think the
kinda how
only
it is
problem
now.
with that is we're also assuming that certain things are possible that might not be. Like Shang, we can assume that 255 is possible, but really no one's played anywhere near close to what would be done. So we're just assuming that someone's gonna, be able to, which might not be possible to do. I hope so.
Impossible if you play in a wine cellar.
Should I put
Not the wine cellar, dude.
So people are saying. That would be C tier. Unless I raised BO1 Kino, which I could. What do you think just based off the letter tiers, ignoring
I think letter tiers it would be B.
B?
Because we're ranking it above 9.
I do think BO1 Kino should be just because, like, force out. Like, if we're ranking things on
Okay.
how they're gonna be played, Kino is already, like, way. Like, those force outs were already crazy in his 240 game, and the fact that he's gonna be playing. He would play more aggressive now on Kino. Definitely pushes it up higher.
BO1 Moon and S tier as well put BO3 moon in it.
And do you know, I asked before you joined Get Home if you heard, but I asked Wonderful, I was like, who helped you with the pirate? Because it's like BO1 Moon and Ascension up there, and he's like, oh, actually, yeah, he did. And Shang's up there, when she had the record on that.
Or like, people on like Ascension, people like throw like a burst and start like teleporting and be like, oh my god, new tech. Like, yeah, we totally didn't do that for years on Moon.
I mean, if BO1 Moon is the best map, then in the S tier we should have DE, Shadows, BO3 Moon, Rev, because you don't move on any of those maps either.
Okay.
Buried? I mean, well, actually, no, Buried you can move on it now, don't you? So, nah. It's your nickname now, you're stuck with it.
Damn, that's a while.
This must be more stressful than like any of your Buried games, surely?
This is stressful.
More stressful than half the maps in F tier.
This is like, so this is what the President of the United States feels every day.
Wait, so is this 8 hours?
Do you think Joe Biden sits in the Oval Office just making tier maps and zombies maps?
Wait.
Because his dementia doesn't let him remember the one he made the day before. Yeah, but someone's going to use that strat for a certain period of time and it will optimize game up.
Yeah, because, you know, there's the balance of death that's really good, but the balance of Black Ops that's really
I mean, you wouldn't do it the whole game, I know. I mean, it's in the Golden Survivor, but you would do it to save that time as long as you can.
I could that shot's hard, but
Mob out there too is like mob good.
The thing is, if you're who's that Origins player, the guy who said he's the best zombies player in the world? Jaruma. Well, he plays mob, and he downs a lot on it, so it must be quite difficult. So we should put it up quite high.
I'm gonna put Kino. I'll move Kino above the rack, and then I'll put Kino. You want to go over
Play the game, just make a video. Okay, I will say, as much as shit on Buried is hard, that is a bit in that balance.
That's my argument.
The only thing I don't like about Buried is the fact that you can go on a conversation with the witness and get another quick reward.
But yeah, it's pretty forgiving. I'm gonna
like Origins, how it's like
if Buried was still on Jug, I'd put that shit all the way down the bottom.
Yeah, Buried, Jug strat Buried.
Are we gonna play Buried again?
it takes skill.
Yeah, that it takes skill. The shade.
We'll stick it there and we'll decide if
that's what I always do, just stick it in until I can later.
Alright.
Sorry.
BO3 Kino.
Yeah, I'd put that high. I don't know if I'd put it S jump, but A, I think
A is because there's very little wiggle room in terms of you have to to play as well as Chance, and then you don't even do that bare minimum. So because he did not have the best dodge in this game, but his average FP was well enough to where he was still within his 2 hours. So you have to play at the bare minimum that level.
Man, that Shino 255 is definitely the best 255 out of the no AET has. Like,
Chance has always said that. Chance has always said that his Shino is by
way
far
better than
his
mine.
best. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, Barak got named a skillful map on BO3, I think, because it was considered so skillful on BO1, like harder strats on BO1. Because of the nature of the map and the layout of the map, people go, oh, well, it's narrow, it's difficult.
SRA, fun and hard to play. Yeah, that's basically what we're going for. You can do the tier list. Yeah, this tier list added, like, as a concept is very subjective.
Basically, what this whole tier list is, who can manipulate Wonderful the most to change where he puts the map?
You start sliding me donations, I will put your maps higher.
Yeah, who has a fucking fucking streak in your chat here?
By the way, he only ever reads donations over $20. Okay, just so everybody knows that.
Alright, so wonderful. I think, you know, like SOE, Moon, Rev, and Ascension, all should be S, because I reckon on this, so,
It's the start of BO3.
A few more dollars and you might have a good argument.
Yep, time to sell a kidney so I can pay for this tier list.
Better than Paul would get.
Better than Call. Well, we're probably moving Call today.
Yeah,
like top of A. Top of A.
Better than
Is there any other map we have to sit at a window the whole time?
No.
Confident back in the down here.
Drown it.
Reevaluate.
Not shit.
Further, further thinking.
Okay. BO3 low.
Low
I'd put
Low
it
A, high G.
Low A, high B. What's good about it? What do people like about it? What do people not like?
It's correct, but it's difficult-ish. It's definitely not the most difficult map on BO3, but
Voicemail.
it's
The
harder
person you're
than a lot
trying
of
to
the
reach
other
is
maps.
not available.
You have to play it well extensively a lot longer than most BO3 maps as well.
Yeah.
And there is potential for playing faster than how Chance did. There's the strategy that he's posted out a little bit about.
I'd put it at the top of it. I wouldn't put it in there. It has to be above tier.
There's a strategy he talked about a little bit where he's like, yeah, we're probably gonna already score by 120. A couple hours at least in that early game.
That's like the problem with like BO3 having a round capture. We're like looking at a lot of like how well someone has to play to get 255 and not just how well someone has to play to like on BO1 or something.
We're looking at the speed run.
Yeah, we're looking at
speed run as the world record, like not the round. Because if you go just 255 on BO3, then you're literally opening a world of every map and you're like to play a really fucking easy, really shit 255.
And because we're taking the safety into account, we kind of have to look at the record because otherwise, BO3.
I mean, you can't look at let's say Gizzy's 255 on Shadows and Ganon's, you know, like let's say the Waterfront one, Ganon's 255, and say that they're both records. It's just not. It's such a huge
One
gap.
was played considerably better than the other.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's always going to be a tiebreaker. And you end up with Rev. You look at the Rev leaderboard and you just scroll.
Yeah. I mean, the idea with the 255 SR as well is if there was theoretically no round cap, that would be the game that needs to play because it's part of that round.
Nah, bro, it should be whoever has the most points.
Oh, right.
I wish
Most headshots.
I wish like every map on BO3 just had like a 30-hour reset.
Hey, how are you feeling?
Sorry, I didn't pick up. I'm thinking shit.
You're good. How are you feeling?
You don't want it to be like you don't want it to be like a 10-hour reset.
No.
It's too easy to survive now.
Like restarting for like 30
I think between 30
Yeah,
and 40
I remember you saying that you can only smoke in the garage.
I mean, I feel a little bit better. I don't feel as hungover as I got out of the shower, so I'm feeling better. Plus, the heat always helps. And I have like one shot, I have like 3 shots of Fireball, so I'm just gonna take those 2 and then have like 2 hits. I won't be too faded, but like I'll be faded enough where
300 hours.
Well, yeah, when I think of you just being cross-faded and playing, so.
I can play like minorly cross-faded, but if I'm
because
playing
the rounds don't progress.
I cannot play for shit.
The rounds
So
are
that's why
really
I'm taking it slow going. Had a couple hits off.
Once you get to round 280, it's still the round still
And I
has
had my
a lot
mom
of
make
rounds.
me like 2 examples too, and she said yeah.
Okay.
I never asked her to make me food, but I was just like, hey, could you make this?
Also, it'd be terrible on maps where it's played to like reset.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'd have to
if
reset
you
on
want to
extension.
go up there for 140 hours,
I get a record.
I want to
I
play
was like, oh, nice.
5 hours.
I would
She
put
was like, make sure you put some cologne on. I don't want you to be around you. You're smelling like weed. I was like, dude, I don't.
It's more merit just based
But
on the
yeah, no,
fact
I'm gonna
of how
hold on. I'm gonna
insane
go
the
inside.
load is
You can
and,
stand the phone if you want. Unless you're still.
Tom Fantasy's game is pretty
All right,
Yeah,
but
for her makeup. And you know,
yeah, I'm not doing much, man. I'm fucking just spamming my goddamn spacebar. I'm gonna be C muted and I'm talking to you and I'm scrolling my phone at the same time. Like this shit's boring. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna chill and be looking at shit. See what-
more expensive
Yeah.
rings for the whole thing about
but I don't think it's not an enjoyable. Like the fun is at like you need some skills to play fast and stuff and not
There's no point in playing uncapped BO3. Like, it's not BO3. It's
No,
BO3
that'd be
modded.
terrible.
Knocked
And
above or
like
below.
Geek said, it'd just be about surviving playing a shit game.
Knocked above or below the
Yeah, and then it'd be everyone would have to play like maps to like a lot of sets and stuff to do it. Fire.
Crafted Sand, you could do that Crafted Sand, but the problem is it's way too far into BO3's life cycle and people are adapted to 75 speedruns on the record. That's just the way that people wanted it, that's the way it ended up. I mean, if everybody had gone, okay, let's keep playing past 255, see what round we can get, then that would be the norm, but it wasn't. You can't change it this many years in and people won't adapt to it. It's just how it is.
BO3
I mean, I played to 275 and 280, I think, somewhere around there. Yeah, years ago. Cause you remember when the whole graphic content thing changed on BO1 and like people get longer reset? I thought, okay, I'll try that on BO3. So I played another giant 255, and I played for like 85 hours or something, and then the game just errored. So that was like
your controller right now.
no, like I was in rest mode and I was trying to get out of rest mode, but the console wouldn't let me. So that was that. Yeah, the giant reset is 120 hours, but back in those days, on PlayStation there was a second reset, which was any app on PlayStation would reset between 68 and 72 hours.
Oh.
This was that reset, but it wasn't.
I want to see Turret and see
I do not want
Turret
to
will
go
die on the hill
I probably would argue just
at a point it
but I
comes
don't.
down to person. Anyway, Knocked. We're talking about Knocked above or below BO3 Origins.
I mean, Zomba's here, so that's pretty much all BO3 maps down to here. If we let them take control.
No, I'm asking you two, or you three, Amy, Shannon, and Kay.
What was the question?
BO3 Knocked above or below BO3 Origins.
I put it above. Okay.
Shannon, tiebreaker.
like, oh yeah, okay, big. It's so close.
Nox is more of an endurance test than
Origin's better, dude. There's more potential to be good.
That's fair. Not gonna have much potential to be better.
No one's ever gonna play it again.
Yeah, I doubt. Yeah, frankly.
Unless there's a unless you could just extend the thing right there and then
Yeah, above or below Blue Moon. Below Shadows. Yeah. It's
Above Shadows.
Above Shadows? Alright,
Yeah.
So that's the new Shadows.
There does come a point where that link to playing that long does make it different. But much as I hate to admit that, I always hate when people go, this map target to play it for so many hours.
Now, World War II, AW, World War II.
Okay.
Have we done all of BO3?
Yep, that was the last game.
Oh, I don't care about the rest of this now.
Alright.
Thank you very much.
Let's, surely we can rearrange the ones that people are arguing about in BO1 and 2.
Yeah, should we take questions now?
Yeah, let's do some editing.
Right now we have Priest number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2. Yo3 Shang number 3. I might actually drop. I might.
Moon Omega lol.
Or wait until Spirit sees 2 BO3 maps in S tier.
Alright, now I'm getting conflicted. Well, you're the one who discovered the fucking concept everyone hates.
Yeah.
The BO1
Wait, hold on.
BO3
Did ExoCube find the fucking...
Yeah.
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 Oh, firm handshake for you on that one, ExoCube. That's funny as fuck. Oh, you managed to ruin a map after 10 years. That's so good.
What's mob at? Yeah, it's a
The
lot.
thing with mob is you can't play fan trap the whole game. You can't even really play it.
Yeah, I was saying like
fan
it has
so
good
like
strats.
because you can't play the hard strat for very long, you have to like consider the other strats. Like it's not that much difficult. No, the problem with both those maps is personally now.
Yeah.
Mob's like terrible.
Wait, okay, answer me this. Answer me this. On Berry, do you still do any jump? Like, is there still a portion of the
Yeah, you can
for how long roughly? How many rounds? Yeah, so I would see that puts Berry down a little bit, I feel like, because it's not all just a harder strat, it's just portions of the game that are easy.
He did parts. He would go there for like
Pretty down, and he
The
plays
thing with mob is even though the acid strat is like significantly easier than fan trap, you still jugger so far away you can't be taking like crazy amounts of damage. You have to play
you
well.
get punished for downs.
So
where
I
you
would
don't
put mob
really on
above Berry.
Yeah,
That's fine.
and the early ones like 200 mob is much harder than buried.
Yeah.
Even with the
So,
German strat.
how many downs can you take on mob?
As many as you want unless you want the record. The highest score so far I think is 88.
88?
Does the record have?
The average
Like 4?
yeah, it's lands where he doesn't down. So like 5 downs. But when I did the mob world record, it's the average of more in like the 20 to 30 range, but.
Oh, this map's so good. I can down every round.
So we think it should still be above buried, but it should be.
I remember
lower.
Farrett roasting Deniska back in the day. Like, Deniska was talking shit to him, and he's just roasting him, saying you wouldn't even pull up the scoreboard when you got 200 because you're so embarrassed when you're down.
Maybe B for Call of the Dead. It's hard to exactly place it. Above buried's fine. Should we just move Mob down a tier, but not change its placement? That wouldn't really do much, because technically, what I want to do is rank these.
Oh, we're ranked them in freaking numbers.
I'll probably put Varrock above.
I would say although there's not. Well, Gage does not.
Sorry, I'm not up to date with. I'm not throwing shade. I'm actually not being rude.
No, I think it's okay.
I just threw me off because I still don't really know any of this shit. Like,
No,
dude, what?
Anyway, so I don't know about Varrock's, like no one. It's kind of the same case as Noct, where no one really cares about playing Varrock's map.
I don't know how much faster Varrock could get. Varrock's just pretty limited map, I guess. Like.
Yeah, so that's why I think it should. I think Mob should stay above it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'd say they're pretty close.
Yeah, exactly. They are pretty. And they're right next to each other.
Is that Shino BR1 next to Buried?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. Who will agree, but I'd put that above Buried just for strats that he's the fact that you can play that. Well, yeah, put it straight back to the edge.
Heard some weird background noise, but I guess not. We don't consider the setup like killing.
No, I'm just talking about raw skill as a player. Like, even if gonna be, you know, like, playing flawless for that many hours and that strat is not gonna be an easy game.
I need to
Sure.
Everything in Cold War F.
Hell yeah. Let's do. Well, I don't know if World War II is gonna be easy or hard. Let's start with Final Ray.
I think S. It's great. The only good map.
Well, that'll make my job easy. I just put the rest in F.
Not all of them deserve F, but
yeah.
F.
Reich S.
Reich S. I think S for Reich, but that's me.
Well, I co-op for it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
For
No armor. No armor. Yeah, no one's gonna play that. That shit's.
hell no. Oh, next gen says hell no.
Yes, I think. Right, because that's my eyes.
What makes it so good?
High variety trap strats that are cool and ammo optimization with camping.
Yeah.
Major downside to it is similar to the CMS somewhat unknown error, but there has been more testing.
Yeah.
Trying to figure it out. So in theory, so long as you don't camp with the hurricane past a certain point, you don't need sap.
Yeah. So what we're assuming is that it's since the hurricane's killing multiple at once, it's fucking with the entities and is doubling it, and it's causing the freeze that way. So it's like it's weird as shit. But yeah, hurricane's the issue there. So you camp there to a certain round, and then you just trap after that. And then there. Well, there's a nice variety because there's fast trap and then there's normal, so you could do it safe or fast as well.
Is there potential for it to be pushed by a lot?
Oh god, yeah. Almost all the World War II maps. I could see higher than that.
Tiger Bait said not S, not a fun error to deal with.
But aside from the error, but it can go higher than 260 tag.
Well, I mean, basing right off of what you said, and we rank Xenos so highly, even though that has I think can be a very safe A.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Maybe a high aim then. I don't know. Yeah, it's just hard to base it off of because he's the only one who's played a reset game since with this strat too.
Played a game with fast trap and has an error.
Yeah. Because I think the first other 200s in there, they reset, but they did the old strat.
What we say top of A, it's between BO3 Sheena and BO2 Origin.
I would, but that's me.
Like it's in that middle ground of the 30 to 40.
Yeah.
That sweet spot of actually being able to enjoy it for 90, 70 hours.
Yeah, but what's also nice about World War II, there's no 25 day either, Keg.
Well, that's it, but I'm just saying.
I get what you're saying.
Most of the other maps that we've talked about so far, this is by far one of the shorter maps.
Oh yeah. That's what's nice about World War II. Most is short, aside from the few.
I'm gonna skip prologue. I don't think people care about prologue.
No, prologue doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's niche.
It would be lower than prologue.
Yeah. You don't have shit.
Okay, let's do Darkest Shore.
Boring. You just can't bet Pap. Yeah. I know I'd give it higher than E, but you just can't bet Pap.
I'd say E.
It's like little.
I'd say low D. I'd say D.
Below Ghostin.
Yeah. But that's me. I don't know.
At the highest, I would go low D.
Solo only has no power-ups.
No power-ups, no box,
Nope. No perks besides QR. Would you even have QR in Prologue? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you have. Yeah. Throne. I like Throne.
Yeah, Throne. The Shadowed Throne.
You think that? I don't know. I think it's hasn't been beaten yet, but there's a new.
It's the sword swinging map.
It's the hard sword swinging map.
It's the one where the big ones.
I mean, all of World War II after this is all swinging pegs, so.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're basically all out.
I don't know.
It's kind of unique, though.
It is unique. I'd say the only melee map I'd say is above F would be Throne.
What makes it different than
Because you actually have to play. Dawn, you could AFK and just auto click. Throne, you can't. Because of fucking whistling.
I will give Friendly some level of objectivity because you don't get points when meleeing with the sword, so you have to be aware of how much you're actually getting in a situation where you lose armor, because armors tend to get
Yep.
Psychic.
Yeah, no, they don't get longer after 100. They cap at 100. But you don't get any more ammo rounds after 95
It
either.
also doesn't charge you.
Nope.
Specialists, you have to make the decision to not charge it or not charge it.
Yeah.
The sword's not a one hit, it's 2 or 3 hit or something?
Yeah, or it's a one hit on the. Yeah, it's something weird. It varies between the zombies, bombers, and whistlings.
so
It is the most skillful of the melee maps.
Yes. Well, now with Bodega, I'd say above. I prefer Throne over Darkest Shore. I just hate Shore. I'd say they're both Groston. I'd say low C, but that's me. You don't think so?
I don't think it's
Okay, that's fair.
Shaolin.
I'd say it's better than Beast, but
Maximar would not agree with that.
no, it's all opinion.
Personally, based on my observation of played tier levels, I think I would probably put it between Groston and Shaolin.
Okay.
It's like, Shaolin has some, like, nobody plays the map, so no one knows, but Shaolin has some
Yeah.
whereas it seems like, you know, at its core, this, even though it's the best map for Throne,
Yes, that's fair.
does
It,
it pair often?
no, and it can go a fair bit higher now too.
So
It has potential. I think already said like 360 or 370.
well, unfortunately, this tier list template has Tortured Path as one thing.
Put it in F. It's shit. If you want to see what Path is like,
Is it Bodega, Olympus, and Altar?
sure, yeah. If you want to see how shit it is, pull up my stream real fast, Wonder. It's shit.
Yeah, it's with the new tech of the swords available on all of the sword maps.
Bro is rubbing the
That's all I'm doing.
Jerks no armor.
Uh-huh.
So,
I'll do.
that's the way of playing this.
It's so sad. That's all you do.
You said F for Shadow
Or for Path, yeah. Path is F.
Or, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
We didn't used to do a swing map. Yeah, you used to do the, shoot the little
Yeah.
guys.
This is all you do. I'm bored as
People
shit.
Figure out, somebody figure out how to get the sword.
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't say ever, but would it be above the world
Yes.
I mean, you have some variety. I mean, you can't. There's more. I don't know. Maybe.
I think
below Der Eisendrache.
below
And then Dawn just solid F. There's like maybe it can barely be pushed by like 3 rounds.
objectively the worst map you can quite literally.
But yeah.
Worse than, yeah, because I think it is worse than attack, because on attack you have to cross sometimes.
Yeah, no. Dawn you can't. And you can't really push it just over a round, like 3 more rounds. Like, and that's the max. It's not really. Yeah. Yeah.
Love Rain
Yeah. Yep.
Actually, real quick, is there a certain order in which Bodega, Mount Olympus, and Altar, like you would rank them?
Bodega
Or
most
it's-
difficult.
Yeah.
Followed by Altar, followed by Olympus.
Yeah,
So
so
Olympus would be the worst.
yes.
Olympus has no
No
whisk.
whisk.
Level of difficulty to move.
That plus Olympus is broken on top of that, so it's the worst out of the three.
So Olympus is
Yeah.
Bodega's swing spot is not as easy.
No, it's hard. But no, I'd say USS is the worst map of the game. I'd rather play Dawn right now. So.
I would say it's worse than
Well, Dawn, I mean, there's some variety. This map,
Swing hammer, swing hammer.
yes, but it's also, it's a longer setup too. I've been here since 5 minutes into the game. Yeah, Olympus, no whistle, it's no boss zombie. And, uh-huh.
before the Wolf Trap would have been.
You sit, like, still worst, because you just rips off still.
I would have ranked at least E before that.
Now that it's, yeah, before I would have ranked, Ultra would have kept the same. Bodega, Olympus, maybe. I'd say no, Bodega, I'd say D, and then Olympus E, but now they're, no.
Alright, well that.
Yeah.
TPO4.
I'm qualified to talk about exactly one of the maps for it.
Let me see if I can get Jordan in here.
Didn't he say he was out and about?
Yeah, I texted him at like 4 p.m. Yeah, that's when the coffee was gonna be due for 6 hours ago. I originally
I knew that it's a yes, but I did not say it.
yeah, I was talking about
I think I would rather play that than World of Not, but that's about as far as I would give it high end as.
so about Hero, Fortress 5. Why is it so bad?
So, the issue with Alpha Omega, besides it just being a bad map, is strategy available if so the main issue with BO4 is prior to its launch, they had the idea of anything concern related need to have an internet connection. So even once like the full map is released, all the patches are done, they said you need to be fully connected to the internet in order for anything concern related. So there is a trap strategy to this map. The issue with that is that you can only unlock the traps by doing Easter egg theft. So basically you cannot do that strategy unless A, have connection to the internet at the time, or B, use the slightly unstable BO4 client that we're using for it. So the only alternative that you can use to it that is similar as the game is anti-altitude trap, which is still slightly slower than that training trap trap. And it's, as you can see, very exhilarating gameplay of waiting for the zombies to climb up and shooting them a couple times. I watched so many movies and shows during this game. It was very, very not stimulating.
Is this the game where you watch all the right places?
Badgerous just died in 254. That's so bad.
So,
best part up on Mega is that the best shred on the map is Sam.
there's not much else to this. The other thing too is the knife strategy, which is slightly faster than the trap strategy. With knife faster than because you don't have to do anything abs or power.
No Novas, or spawn.
Yeah, you don't have Novas, spawns is better, so it's faster. The only issue with that is that what is it going to do if it has, like for it, and the thing I believe for why they don't like it is, oh, it's too easy. But I'm not disagreeing that it's an easy strat, but then you're also allowing one window on top. Because top before the one window, it was still easy, but there was a considerably, reasonable skill gap of, oh, I have to know how to play this map and have map work. But the entire argument I've heard for why the time strat for something like this is banned from Odd One versus Valve is, oh, we can use ammo runs on top, so it's hard. No, it's
Not really.
Reason.
You just run out.
Ammo runs on outdoor
ammo.
megas.
Yeah.
Wait, you wouldn't with the knife.
You would have no reason.
The hardest part is picking up a drop. You could just ignore drops at that point. You don't even need them.
It's just not an enjoyable.
There is potential, but it's not. And the other thing is that we're pretty sure that you err from teleporting with this strategy anyway.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be limited in that regard anyways as well.
Yeah, because
That's why Badger is just using mule kick, I think.
The way you're pronouncing his name makes it sound like Badger. Yeah. So
I thought he was talking about Badger. I was like, what?
Now that's
with
something
the
bad.
telepad on that, I played a game in 15, 17 where I was picking up the after finding a low, and I errored like the one shot. The next game I would pick up the telepad and I ran back. But then once 57 started, I was gonna do it anyway. But then I noticed my frames were just significantly dropping. The game was stuttering almost the same way it was. Right, error. So the way Venom said his play gave me is he was avoiding the teleport more, and he was actually tracking how much he was teleported throughout the game. So if and when he does replay, that by I would say at least 12 rounds, that would be more optimized based off of the fact that you teleport. So you will error.
We removed it.
It was too controversial.
I'm gonna replace it. I'm gonna. It's gone.
Yeah, Sluga did tell you to take it off the
That's
list.
actually.
I only know about Taco Toad.
You might remember.
I only know Taco.
Yeah, it's only Taco.
I only know about Taco Toad. Yeah, it's a
Speaking of
reimagined
Taco
Taco Toad.
Oh wait, Jordan just texted me back. Busy
He's not gonna
LOL, and he sent me a picture of his tuba. Alright.
Oh, nice.
Fuck that bitch. No, just kidding. Actually, I'll send the luck guy.
Hey, what's up?
I guess he's having it.
Oh, good.
I love running through a dinosaur's mouth for hours on end.
Are you playing Spaceland?
No.
No, the other map of the dinosaur map.
I'm doing something this game that I don't know if people do or not because I haven't played in a million years. But you know. So I've noticed that every time I go like through the croc and then come like every time I go both ways through the croc basically, I have my cryo freeze back. So I've been doing a cryo freeze horde and then going through the croc twice, and then doing a cryo freeze horde and then going through the croc twice. Yeah.
That's slow.
Shouldn't be. You insta
Just
kill
call me
with
in
the
12 minutes.
cryo freeze.
I'll give you till 35 and I'll call you then.
Yeah, but
if you don't call.
No, I'm not. I'm just going through the crocodile's mouth until I get it back. And then when I get it back, I'm just using it. I'm just doing what I would do anyway with an extra horde kill in between everyone.
Okay, let's talk about Tog.
F.
Oh jeez.
Is Tog better or worse than Alpha Omega?
I think Tog is S tier actually. That shit's fire, bro.
It's probably better. It's probably better than Alpha. At least Tog is fast. That's like the only benefit.
The one caveat I would say when ranking all of the BO4 maps is generally the mindset people have when they think of BO4 is normal.
Oh shit.
Which is, well, yeah, that too. But
Yeah,
like the
that's
normal
what are we
mode,
talking about?
which is generally the perception people have. But there are kind of unique things that happen.
The other thing with Tog is that
realistic
we're
and
pretty
hardcore.
sure we just destroyed Tog because I think we know what the error is now, and it's going to completely ruin the map even worse.
Which is
Oh,
what
really?
exactly?
What do you mean?
So, activating Pack-a-Punch is what's causing the error, most likely.
How interesting.
That's true.
How
We've had a few games that were like over 150 hours without activating Pack-a-Punch, and then if you activate Pack-a-Punch, you error 100 hours after that. Wilda had a game. Wilda had a game on Xbox that was over 300 and like almost 400
Like
hours.
I know there have been a number of longer first room games and stuff too, but that doesn't really mean you'll be able to avoid the error because you need Pack-a-Punch in order to play that strat.
No, not on hardcore. You can just use the Tundra gun and do bandolier trades.
And then you error from bandolier trades.
Does that actually error you though?
As far as I know.
That was another thing we needed to test. I actually forgot I was going to test that, and I forgot.
Maybe we should only consider hardcore. Well, I don't know if we should only consider hardcore.
No.
BO4 is a weird. BO4 is weird.
BO4 normal on most everything could be considered D to F, and then hardcore there are some things I could see
that
at
are
highest being a
redeemable.
C. But the other thing is like maps like Blood hardcore is once you get to that point of permanent insta kill rounds, it's not fun or skillful at that
it's
point.
Bad. It's unforgivably bad.
Yeah.
But you know, do a lot of the maps differ a lot between hardcore and normal?
Kind of. So like going in
Yeah.
order, like 9 for example, the Catalyst.
Yeah, that's pretty much how you advance the rounds on hardcore and 9.
Yeah, because
the
you have to
AATs.
use,
Yeah.
right. You have to either use the traps, which similar, like some of the traps you can't use because it's Easter egg parts, whatever. The other
Which trap on 9?
The part for the like the acid thing, or whatever, or for trap immunity, whatever.
Oh yeah. You can't do trap immunity offline now. But you don't really need that.
The other thing with hardcore specifically is the way that the point system works on BO4 is that unless you're constantly getting kills, you're not gonna be able to get the points to actually sustain trap strategies and stuff. So that's why on 9.
The record ended on hardcore 9 because he literally ran out of points and couldn't make points.
Right. So, other maps like Tog.
Dead of the Nights, just trading the Wonder Weapon.
Yeah.
Tog's
Which again
just
is a map
bandolier
that's
trades.
not made for trading.